Welcome to my home.
Hello.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
We took that in two very different directions.
Yes, we did.
So we're live?
Yes, we're live. I might end up mostly recording and putting that one on, because it doesn't look like it's
Streaming very well?
streaming very well.
It could maybe be if Mike is still watching.
Oh, go turn that off! And turn your phone off of the internet as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ClockWork session 16. There's our handy reminder over there. In case our Wi-Fi is not cooperating with us very well, this may be a recorded session instead of streamed, but if it's streamed, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Tonight we have our full cast with us after a little while.
First time.
For the first time in a while.
I think we've only had like one other session with everybody.
Ooh, excuse me. So, any announcements, Alan, Russell?
Well, I'm starting to put together my cosplay for Rabbi.
Ooh.
Alan's basically finished his.
I just gotta get pants.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do a suit coat because this is really heavy fabric.
It would be nice to see the suit.
It wouldn't be that
so
bad.
nice.
We'd be so hot and stuffy,
It'd be
but it would be
awful.
cool.
Well,
Right.
you'd have to
Really
like
put yourself in the
open
character's shoes, I guess.
Right.
So,
Yes, he's a very
Alright.
hot character.
in our last session, our gallivanting heroes were escapading all across Esmir, with Trim looking around for wyvern poison for the last couple sessions, and the rest of our
And me actually
Thieves
finding
can't
it.
decoder thing. Don't forget that.
and finding a way to decode Thieves' Camp from written form to normal form. The rest of our heroes intrepidly traveled with their new accomplice in crime, though anti-crime, I guess, Detective Lockshire, searching through the night market and making a couple stops along the way, setting up some contacts and getting a little bit more information. Trick followed a suspicious-looking person and stumbled across a meeting of this terrorist group that's been plaguing the town ever since our group of adventurers has entered, and has found out that they are starting to get on to them a little bit.
And they have the wyvern poison.
And they have wyvern poison.
Got shot with it.
Right.
I lived though. Barely. Well, did 25 damage.
And without further ado, let's begin today's session. Today we'll start off with Trim. You just got back from meeting with an old friend of Daryl's, not Dellen. There are no known underground traffickings of wyvern poison in anywhere within the kingdom. Well, nation, less of a kingdom. At least that they're aware of around Esmir. They have some possible ideas of who might have brought them in, but everything's a bit shady, and as far as you can tell, you have no leads in the trails gone cold in terms of the wyvern poison. As with the Thieves' Cant decoder, you have gotten your hands on an old guide, as this take on the Thieves' Cant language seems to be a bit more old-fashioned. And you're just making your way through town, early morning, heading back to Bree's home, I assume.
Yeah.
And what's your last name?
Good barrel.
Good Barrel. I always forget that. Thank you. As you're walking along your way through the early morning, you are approached by a tall man in a coat. Decent smile on his face.
Decent smile. Only slightly psychic.
Morning.
Look.
Miss Goodbarrel, would you kindly take a walk with me?
Getting arrested.
What?
Do you mind if we take a detour? I might need to... I've been trying to find some decent blueberries for the past while. They make good muffins.
Of course. We can walk and talk.
I don't think I recognize you.
Oh, I don't think you do. Here, he hands you a card. Name's Carter.
Name's what?
Carter. Seamus Carter.
Seamus?
Seamstress?
Seamus.
Seamus? Seamus?
Spelled like Seamus, pronounced Seamus.
Oh, you're one of those.
One of those. What is that supposed to mean?
He's an inquisitor.
Oh, okay. It's just down.
See, Miss Goodbarrow, you're fairly hard to get a hold
Oh,
of, you know.
there it is. I was like, I know Carter. Where do I have his name? It's right there.
Where is he?
You're very hard to get a hold
He's
of,
an
Miss
inquisitor.
Goodbarrow. What, after the shops
That's what
closed
you just
down,
said.
it's as if
Yeah.
you've vanished without a
Do you know
trace.
anything else about him?
I'm sorry.
Of course. Now, Miss Goodbarrow, I have someone who is very eager to meet you. And I'm sure we wouldn't want any problems to arise from this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we go get you your blueberries, and you come with me for a little bit, right?
What is all this about?
Just a good friend wants to meet with you.
Trim's kidnapping.
And please, let's keep this as civil as possible. You wouldn't want any of your friends to get involved.
Tag me in. I'll
You have
help.
friends?
It's just. Hold on. Wait. Are we at the open market where I can find some gosh darn blueberries?
How long
Close
have we
enough.
been walking?
You can find a produce bin.
Awesome. I'd like to look at blueberries while I'm thinking about this
I just
guy.
need to drop these off, and then we can go.
He's
But
seems to be.
do you know how early it is, sir? I put
6:30
down
in the morning.
good
6:30
barrel.
in
That's
the
not your
morning.
last name. That's my last name.
You're doing great.
Yes, I'm very well aware. But you said you have a tendency to vanish when one wants you.
Well, baking's a competitive business.
Pretending you're a baker.
She is.
Very competitive, especially with such rare and hard to find goods.
Sir, I've been keeping my nose clean for the past week.
Of course.
You were admitting
Except for
that the past
except
a
for
week ago you weren't.
except for one incident about 4 or 5 nights ago.
Caitlin. Who do you work for, Mr. Carter?
Work for Jesus.
Not the government. Just someone with an
Well, I didn't
interest
ask
and the
for a
money to pay
prospect
for
of.
it.
I didn't ask for a prospect of elimination.
Great, you narrowed it down to
Well-
like one.
Right.
Don't they
You
work?
find a blueberry stall, and decent sale today. Small bundle, 4 or 5 silvers.
Don't the Inquisitors work for Swiftstar?
1 gold is 10 silvers, right?
Their department technically works
Yes.
under him, but their inquisitors are kind of like they can be freelance private eyes.
He's working for Torkin.
Like
That's
1
my
gold
guess.
for 2 blueberries.
Oh, of course, dear, of course. Here, let me get these
2
measured out for you.
blueberries.
Jason!
2 bags of blueberries.
Oh, I'm
So
like
it's 5 silver for a small bag.
1 gold for 2 blueberries.
Give me a large
No.
bag,
Like
please.
you are ripping yourself off for those are really good blueberries.
They're like oversized.
Thank you.
Mega berries.
They're watermelon sized. They
Out
make
of
the best
curiosity, where do you
muffins.
find your produce?
I have a friend who grows some right here.
Oh, it's local.
She's been starting a small greenhouse business from their backyard.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Can I see it?
How?
This good friend of mine. I helped get her the glass. Jason! Oh, thank you, dear. Here you go. Oh, and here's a little recipe for blueberry tea.
For blueberry tea.
It's a bit
Is this your
unorthodox. Yes, a little unorthodox, a bit more on the sweet side, but it does wonders for the stomach.
Wonderful. I'm going to try that. Thank you, ma'am.
This has
That was
laxative.
very
I wonder
kind.
if just wanted to.
Of course. Come again, dear.
Mr. Carter, where exactly?
Just this way, please. Come along now.
I don't like him. My hand
I
on
like
my
him.
dad.
He's walking along, not even looking at you as he's just
spell
glancing,
check
as he's just humming along
is
to
all the
himself.
My spell attack and spell prep is the same. Interesting.
You do notice from the corners of your
Yeah.
vision
Okay,
some people looking at you from like alleyways or if within the crowd watching you. He's got other people in the area.
I hope for your
Nobody
sake
would
he's
know,
taking you
because
to
they're putting-
Lockshire.
So many would know. So many.
After about 15 minutes of walking, he brings you up to the front of a decent looking building. Small unnamed tavern, as he pulls you inside and walks into a slotted box on the side and closes the door.
The
Now.
decent man and the decent
Walks into a box.
Let's see. After about 5 more minutes, a well-dressed looking man, not in fine robes, but he looks very well off for himself. Where did I have that? Ah,
Nice buttons.
thank you. Now,
Do you get those imported or?
Miss Goodbarrow. I'm not even gonna wonder why you broke into my laboratory. But I got a lot of work to do, and frankly, my mind's been spinning for the last few days, so I'll make this brief and civil. I want the harp.
What's it do?
You're gonna deny that you
I'm
have
afraid
it?
that's not part of the transaction, Miss
I
Goodbarrow.
don't have it. What are you talking?
I want the harp.
Not seeming to do any harm.
I want the harp, Miss Goodbarrow.
You don't need a harp on
And I
it.
want your word to keep quiet about it.
Okay. How much you gonna pay me for that?
Wait, do you still
That's
have
it.
the harp
That
on?
Oh, I don't have. Do I have it on me?
Yes,
No.
you do.
In your bag of holding, last I checked.
She doesn't have a bag of holding.
Doesn't have back
No,
holding.
she just keeps
She put it in
on
my
her.
bag of holding.
No.
She just
No.
has it on her.
Yeah.
Oh,
She has it on
okay.
her.
I thought she
Wow.
put it in my bag of holding.
Harp
No.
and strings. I thought I could have sworn I put it in someone's bag of
No.
holding.
Yeah, I could have sworn you did
You
too
never would have
because I
trusted
gave
any
you
of
the.
Oh,
us.
that's fair. That's right. I didn't trust you.
I gave
That's
you the
right.
diminution potion.
That's
Hey,
alright.
you wouldn't have
Yeah.
trusted us, so.
Oh, speaking of which, did you put the diminution
And
potion
of course,
down?
in exchange, I'll look the other way in your regards to the brain, and I'll have Carter over here burn this.
I'll look down.
Open file, as much information as they could get on you, about you.
1 page.
They have names, suspected parents, people of close import. They do not, on first glance, they do not have your sister on there.
You really want your stuff back. I mean, yeah. Please. Seeing as I'm pulling out the harp.
Oh, you're gonna give him the. Okay.
There's
Do it.
literally nothing we can do with it.
Literally, yeah.
We can light it on fire.
Not unless someone wants to spot me like
Throw it in
500 gold pieces.
Right.
I can
His
spot you
eyes,
half of
his eyes sparkle with a wild gleam as he takes the harp from you. He reaches for it. You have my word of honor. Not a word about this. And all this goes back to being hidden away.
Is this Torkin?
Is there? Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, who is she talking to?
No, it's not a dwarf.
Is it
Smaller
the
human
elven
man
lady?
with graining hair.
It's not even the person that we stole it from.
Nope.
Broke into his lab apparently.
We
for it.
didn't break into his lab. He's just making crap up right now. We broke
I
into the
wonder if
lady's
he
lab.
was the guy that had the
We
eye.
did. That's
So
right.
this
I remember
isn't-
her name.
Even
Oh, what is it?
Alpha.
What was your name, sir?
That's not important, is is it?
Bro! Dude!
Wait, what if they were
Keep
going
the
to
harp and
your
run.
lab?
It was.
I
Maybe
wanna
somebody
make
else
sure I
was
don't
gonna
make
go
this
and
mistake
steal a harp.
again.
We
We just got there first.
It
Just
Now
could.
they're
stay out of
setting this
the
up.
stay out of the third floor labs, and I believe we'll be fine. Better yet, don't touch the building again.
Don't touch the bell. She like walks up to it.
Poke.
You mean like this?
Poke, poke.
Now, Ms. Goodbarrel, I'm afraid my patience is running thin. Do we have
Yeah.
a deal?
What do you want? You have. As soon as I hand it over, I'm taking the papers. And is there a fireplace in here?
You're assuming that's the only copy he has.
There is not a fireplace in here.
Bro, we.
Closed room with a table for
This
private
dude.
dining.
Eat them.
Eat them.
This
Just
is
like
like-
start. I'm gonna fold the
had-
papers and put
had
them.
points with
Keep
you.
it, I
Just-
guess.
That classic halfling.
Carter.
You have more information on me than I do.
Right.
He hands Carter a bag, and thank you so much for your business, Mr. Goodbarrel. He stands up and leaves the room. Box. Doors are open, you're free to leave. They've just left.
Is this literally it?
You should have totally
Is
looted
this
his
literally
pockets.
it?
Madam, is
Should've
there
made
something
off with
you'd
his
like
buttons.
to eat or drink?
I can make my own food, thank you. I'll
She's real good at
thank you
it.
for your time.
Okay.
I would have said, I want this, and that guy that just left is paying for it.
Weird.
Right, so you're heading back?
Yeah. But I memorized his face.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he had such a face. I'll never forget this face.
It was such a punchable face.
Stabbable.
No!
Oh, please.
Holy smokes!
Join the dark side. We have cookies.
I am a rogue.
She
I have
has cookies.
daggers.
Right.
I bake
She is the
cookies.
dark side. She's the one that
Thank
made the cookies.
Right.
If
Back
she's
in the
dark
breeze
side,
home.
I'm her elder
All of you are awake and going about your morning
Another cookie for
routines.
Kitten.
Roll for your random
I already
potion.
did.
Ah,
You're
Last
very kind,
session.
Thank you.
that's right. What was it again?
Flying.
Flying.
The curse.
Trim,
Yes.
you enter the room.
Well, I guess I wouldn't be waking up until like 7, 8 o'clock.
I'll go and open the door. There's nothing better to do.
I'm working on that little gadget thing.
How many years in the room right now? That's, I'm saying that
How
out
many
loud.
ears?
Mm-hmm.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh, am I here?
You're in the breeze home too.
Potentially
Whether you're
12.
in the room or in the main room. That's
We don't
your
know.
How many
about-
years do you trust?
1. This one.
Yeah, we don't
I'm
trust
slightly
right
deaf in the left.
This one will tell everyone.
Interesting.
No, I
It goes in one side and on the other.
Goes
Someone
in this
knows who
side.
broke in.
Yes, I would be in the living room at the moment.
Knows we broke in.
I'm just sitting at the table working at it. And... What?
Remember when we got the harp?
Yes, I remember we got the harp. Did you give her the harp?
Yes.
Does everyone have eyes and ears on this particular halfling in the city at 6 in the morning?
No, I don't care about you.
I mean, I wouldn't
Good,
tell you
I
if
care
I
about you
did,
either.
but...
Mutual
At this point,
respect.
it's roughly.
You
7.
know how early it is?
7.
It's way too early for garbage.
What's garbage?
Someone knows who broke in.
I mean, we
Are
did
they
pass
going
2
to do
guards on
anything
the way out.
dangerous to us
He
about
had
it?
a whole file. He hired an inquisitor just to find me for the gosh darn thing.
Oh no.
Looking over the file as you were going back, roughly, this file has had as much time as you guys. It's taken as much time to put this file together as it's been since your break-in.
Oh, they were immediate.
Like,
Oh,
instantly.
I bet he was the one who had that stupid spell.
The what
Curse
spell?
that I was a curse.
Oh, it's the bolt.
The stupid arcade. I hate magic.
Oh, that's why.
He did point us towards that that cabinet and everything with the... I wanna
Anyway,
work
someone
this
knows
I
who
don't
broke
think
in.
the break-in's that
Dangerous?
important. You guys broke in there for something
I'm
that we stole later anyway.
Exactly what happened.
Just somehow they knew I had it. No, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm not sure if he has eyes on all of us, and it's not, and just only approached me. Do y'all know Seamus Carter?
I don't know a Seamus, but I do know an Inquisitor Carter. Well heard of him. He was suggested to ask for information, but he was busy when we went to ask.
Oh, have we
Apparently busy tracking you.
Probably, actually.
Do you think our impression is
It's
ruined?
funny.
No, I don't think he's worried much about the rest of us.
No, the only one he's probably hunting down is our small friends.
For the most
Was
part.
it anybody who was there for the break-in? Who else was there? Was me?
You.
Yeah, because we almost
And-
killed you.
It was just you three.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
Froze me.
reminder.
Only one of the hard.
I've been trying to sweep that under the rug for
grabbed
the past
just
4
the
sessions.
Well, you tried to steal a snake, but it got froze to death.
So I have to ask, remind me, because
Right.
Who looked
Needed
at the
animal
harp?
slaughter.
Who looked at it?
who looked at it? One of you brainiacs looked
Yes,
at
I
it.
looked at it.
That
It was
you.
merely memories that we would not be able to access for quite some time.
Yes, without finding the right spell for it.
We hand over the harp.
Could
the
you
strings.
look at? I'm gonna pull out the strings.
Wait, did you really?
Yes.
Wait, when did
I
we
still
get
have
He
a
asked for
bottle
the
of
harp.
strings
There-
too.
It was just the harp, and there was a separate thing of strings. I still have the strings. He just asked for the harp.
Oh, you brilliant woman. Okay.
So there's the harp, and whatever strings was on it is gone. And all the extra strings she has, and he has, they
Did
still
she even
have.
say she had strings on it?
Yeah, there were strings on it. You guys have plucked
Yes.
it many
But I
times.
have the extra strings.
Yeah.
The extra thing of strings.
We could find out what's in the memories in the strings, but once again, I would need quite the amount of resources to find and learn the spell for it.
Or we just work with the.
And I happen to have spent all my gold recently.
We could just work with Marshall.
How much gold would it take?
I don't know how much it'll cost. The spell itself from the shop would cost, but to learn it.
Which is cheaper?
Let's see here. It would take well over 100 gold.
How far over 100?
Depends on the price of the spell.
Average.
I'm guessing closer to 250.
I have 15.
And I have 12.
I can go on a stealing spree.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I mean, I'm already wanted. I'll just
We-
change my color again. It's fine.
We leave tonight.
Of all the
Four?
colors of the rainbow, I like.
What have you guys been up to while I was off chasing cold trails and learning old-fashioned?
Chasing a lot of cold trails, and he got arrested. And now we're supposed to find him and bring him in.
Congrats!
I've been working really hard on this.
Yes.
Now, I've got a question for you. I've been working on this for the past 10 minutes. How badly do you want the Rune Knight?
I mean,
The guy that tried to kill us?
Yes, that guy. I mean,
it would
which
help
time?
the city.
How badly do you want this?
Wait a minute. What did you do last night, Trick?
Which?
He already told us.
Oh, he did.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
In the
He
last
hadn't told
session, it
you.
ended with him telling us.
You didn't tell me.
I told you guys about the meeting last night.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
like, well,
yes, I did.
it looks like he's.
insert conversation.
Insert entire conversation here.
Save
looks-
time 5 seconds.
Yeah. It looks like they're looking for us.
Yes.
Why? You have an idea?
I will send them a letter.
How big a letter?
I'm
Is
no
it
mathematician,
snail
but it
mail?
could be several miles long.
Is it
Ah.
snail mail or
I know it's pretty instantaneous.
gonna get to it
Oh, it's
after?
express mail.
Oh, it'll get to them as soon as I say so.
Oh,
So
man.
the question is, how badly do
see.
you want this?
I don't
Give me
want.
the word and I will send the message.
I'm tempted just to have you send it as we're leaving.
I don't want to be wanted
But-
by the authorities and the
At the same time, that is a very good point. I don't want the authorities showing up as well.
You'd be less of our problem and more theirs at that point.
Maybe we should
No,
talk
not
to...
since they're hunting us for the same thing.
They're not really hunting us. We've kind of pawned it off on the other group, and the other group is searching for us.
Yes.
So as long as they don't communicate, we should be fine.
I don't like it.
I don't either, but I really feel bad for what we've done to this city.
I don't.
Yes, we know your heart is a stone
They'll get over it.
at the bottom of the river.
I'm a rock, no, what do you expect?
That was not an intentional pun.
Genuinely, I guarantee cities have gone through worse.
Not according to our contact last night.
They will when I'm done with them.
Oh.
He says this has been the most excitement he's had in over 30 years.
I don't think she was talking about this city in particular.
True.
Your home is literally a volcano. I'm pretty sure any city near there has
Literally-
had worse days.
All we've done is take a job. Now we're just trying to clean it up, and it sounds like it was a little messier.
I mean,
It was kind of messy.
No, it wasn't.
Dude,
It's very clean. I've seen
Well,
worse.
how long have you guys worked together?
1 week. And maybe 2 days.
Are we counting
Oh,
sleeping
never
time?
mind. We traveled for almost a month. Yeah, we've been working for almost a month.
Are we counting sleeping
Literally,
time?
was this your first job?
yes.
Yes.
beyond killing goblins and
Well,
whatnot.
my first job for Taldane. Not my first job, period.
Also true. So the question is, do we just go out with our guard duty for show, act like we're hunting a gnome, and then leave?
What am I gonna do?
I would say be seen doing what you were paid to do.
Yeah. We're not being
Look
paid.
in all the garbage cans.
Or at least be seen doing what you're supposed to do. Lessen suspicion on you guys.
True. Very true.
Assuming I wasn't followed here last night.
Also true.
I mean, they would
Better
have
send
to,
that message.
Didn't you say you were leaving?
They would have to have followed me really
Assuming
fast. Cause
Whenever our boat gets
And you turned invisible right at the end.
True.
So,
This is the first I've heard about a boat.
Yes, the flying ship is supposed
did.
to arrive sometime tonight. We were
I didn't
supposed to
listen to
At the
leave
very beginning of it,
4 days
I turned
ago.
invisible. I had already
Oh,
used
you
my
used all your
invisibility.
second level spells, that's
Yeah.
right.
Did you pick up on wyvern poison at all? Because I couldn't find anything while I was looking.
As a matter of fact.
We
I
found the
have-
people that had some, and I got shot with it, but I survived.
Obviously,
Yes,
you're
thank you
talking
for
to
that
me.
sample.
It's got what's the other poison in there?
Drow poison.
Wyvern and drow.
Yes. Not a very
Not the
good
best
mix, but
Sounds painful.
absolutely.
Especially if you're 20 feet in the air.
It's a souvenir. I get to keep it. Don't go to sleep.
Though, I do wonder how we will get past security at the airport.
Oh, don't worry, I got that.
Well,
I'll go
yeah,
around with everything you don't want stolen, contraband.
True. We would be able to get out. But,
I can't get out through the airport anyway because they're already looking
No.
for me in 4
Would you
different.
like to?
exactly.
Sure.
So I'm gonna have to sneak over the wall anyway.
I'm stealing your robot, and I'm gonna head to the to the kitchen and start working on those blueberry muffins.
Stealing your robot.
Just going to hold things for her. Whatever she wants, I don't care.
Crack the eggs.
I mean, the night showing up would be a very beautiful distraction, not gonna lie.
It would be.
Assuming we survive.
Can I still hear this while I'm
Yep.
baking? Cool. That's exactly what I
No, you.
Has Marshall ever come out of his room?
Not yet.
Marshall!
No, we're not waking Marshall.
Shoot his door with a firebolt.
Is there anything I would have gleaned from the guy who I gave the harp to? Just by looking at him?
Unless you swiped a badge or something.
He was busy doing something at the time. Roll insight for me.
Can you draw a picture of it?
I don't know how well she can draw. I can't draw.
That's what I'm saying. Can she draw a picture of him?
Come on.
Oh, we have. Oh.
19 is pretty good.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's just 19.
Yeah, it's just 19.
I was getting really excited for a second.
It's still a good roll.
Still a great roll.
You just happen to have the lowest amount of intelligence of the whole party.
Wisdom.
Oh, well, in that case, you're not far behind the rest of us.
I've got 2.
I got 3.
Insight's
I got
wisdom,
2.
so-
As you start searching your memory, you do remember seeing him giving a small speech in the court in the marketplace, good 3 years ago. Giving some kind of like public speech or paper about some kind of scientific process in the elemental binding. He's a scientist and researcher working for the elemental division.
Does he own that building that we were
known as Dr. Mistrom.
How would you spell that?
Mist
Drum.
Rom.
Mr.
Mist like misty and rom like rom-com.
Unfortunate, but
Unfortunate. Your mother hated you. I'm sorry.
So from what
What
you
are
can
you
infer
smiling
from
about?
that
Nothing.
and all the
The fact that
information,
we hummed at the same
you
time.
probably
Oh.
accidentally broke into his lab and trying to get to Alphys's lab, and he caught you via magic.
Yeah, it's stupid. I hate magic. Yeah, if you can just whisk this.
Oh, yeah.
we should totally go tell
My
the
hand like
authorities about it.
spins like a whisk.
Be like, hey,
Right, anything else you all want to discuss?
Did you wash that first? Did you wash that first?
No, it's like I'm holding the whisk and my hand is spinning.
Oh, I thought you were
Did
using
you
your
wash
head as a whisk. I was
No.
very
I
concerned.
was just spinning.
did you wash that
Putting
first?
her finger
What's
in.
It's like you can see the grease coming after her hand.
No,
Not steak last
you know what?
night.
It'll bake out. It'll be fine.
Terrible.
I don't think we have anything else further to discuss.
Am I sending this message or not?
Save it for if we need a distraction to leave.
That it.
I think that's the best. Honestly, the skyports are going to be the best time to use it.
Okay. So,
If they don't find us before then.
and so you guys spend the rest of your morning whittling away talking about nothing or taking care of your own business. Trim brings you some lovely blueberry
I'm working
muffins.
on that gauntlet still.
Around 9 o'clock, Marshall emerges from his room, takes a muffin, nods to all of you morning, and heads out the door somewhere, seeming in a bit of a rush.
That's the muffin I put the laxatives.
You didn't touch the batter. I wouldn't have let you.
If you saw.
Try me.
I will
Just use
give
invisibility.
you a potion of boldness, just in case.
Just
Take it.
in case. Soon, time comes, you all go out on your guard duty, meeting with Sergeant Callius. And your day proceeds as such.
It proceeds as such.
100!
Nope,
The
it's a
Rune 9
3.
shows up and you all die. Gosh dang it. That is the first time I've ever seen it below a 10. I think.
Right.
I don't think I've ever rolled dictators below 10.
It proceeds as follows. Lots
Your
of
day
those.
is as long and as boring as you can remember, just traveling from location to location, asking questions, holding up pictures of your friend. who decided to stay home today.
Pulling up 3 different pictures. I think this is the man you're looking for. You got me.
He just can't get his nose right.
Nope.
Okay.
Holding up one female gnome, one albino.
Well, it was a female
One
elf.
elf.
Oh,
It
that's
was the
right.
female elf.
Have you seen these people? That don't exist.
It was a red-haired gnome or something like that, and a white albino gnome.
Have you seen these personas?
We don't know exactly
We
what he looks
assume
like.
they're all the same person.
Do we find anything out about Trick that we didn't already know?
Except that the person you're looking for is wanted for breaking and entering, and a few other crimes.
Breaking, entering, manslaughter.
Oh my gosh!
Manslaughter.
We've been led around by a very terrible person.
Indeed.
How did we let this happen?
Huh.
Resisting
However.
arrest, escaping the authorities.
Several charges of escaping authorities. I wonder why they haven't learned yet.
Now, in your last hour, as you guys are going about your day,
Shoot on sight. Nice.
a youngish-looking man rushes past you in a hurry, and down the corner, a older-looking woman kind of hobbles out, screaming, "He's got my purse!"
I heard and I thought he was going to say pants.
Don't choke, please. I need you to live.
Too late.
I'm going to glance at our guard companion, or like in a way is in orders.
On the double.
I will
As
cast
you turn and you start.
expeditious retreat.
Right. How far is he?
30 feet
matter,
away
just
from you.
cast
now.
it.
Roll initiative.
How far?
30 feet.
Oh.
Oh, nice. That'll be a.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
probably shouldn't use that spell.
I know. I probably shouldn't have wasted a spell slot for this.
Oh, look at that. I do have command prepared. I don't know why.
Are we rolling initiative?
And what do you know?
You're
it's-
not.
Yeah,
Well,
she
is
is.
she with us?
She is.
Yes, she is with
Okay.
you.
Well, it was 16.
You're not with us.
She's not.
Never
with us.
mind. So me and her are just awkwardly sitting there.
Yeah, Trim Trick, what are you two working on while you're waiting?
A machine
Should
to
I
make
go steal
muffins.
Playing chess, checkers.
I want to work on. I'm working on my gauntlet in my free time.
Okay.
So
So,
anytime I have.
did
free time,
anyone
I'm
get
working
20
on
or
it.
higher?
I got 21. No, 20.
Whoa.
22.
Bless you.
Impressive.
Okay.
It's a 19 plus my freeze.
Anyone got higher than 15?
Me, I got 16.
I got a 15.
Okay. Higher than 10? No, you're not here.
I'm not here. But I'll roll for initiative. if you
Oh,
want.
plus 3 is 19.
Yeah,
Forgive me.
19.
Okay. So, Revac,
Just
you're up
randomly
first.
pop out from an alley and just punch him.
What do you want to do before stop?
Punch him in the throat.
You said he's 30 feet away?
Yep.
Maybe I won't cast expeditious retreat. I'll move up to him quickly and
Cast wall.
not yet.
Oh, that was so funny. Wall of force right in his face.
Right in his face.
At higher level, he could.
Knocks him out instantly. You just take the first back.
I'm gonna try that. I'll try and knock him out with my longsword.
You just want to keep it in its sheath.
Yeah.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Just like whack.
No, just full on gladiator. Just
Okay, well, it wasn't the best, but that will be a 12.
To hit?
Yeah, pretty sure it hits.
Yeah, it does. Good
Just a
luck
guess.
missing him.
regular human.
I was pretty close to missing.
Right.
Roll damage.
Oh, I don't know why I used the longsword, but could have used my cane.
It's because you have a cane.
I don't ever think about using it unless I'm casting spells. 8.
What'd we get?
I hit him really hard. Max damage.
For a total of
10.
With
But
a-
I'm doing non-lethal. I'm
with a
specifying
very
that now.
solid whack to the back of the head. He's crashes and burns on the ground. He rolls and skids for a bit. Bag hits the ground, opens up. Small coin purse with some silvers and coppers in it. A couple pieces of paper and a photo.
Oh, good. I was waiting for a gem to pop out.
Right.
Does the photo and papers look like they're useful?
I'm going to scoop it all back into the purse and
I will
pick the
check
lad up.
his pulse. Make sure he's still alive.
Alive. Might have a slight concussion.
Slight.
And a goose egg
He's
the
fine.
size of.
Yes, he's just got a goose egg the size of a mountain on the back of his head.
Picture
You're now 3 inches taller. Don't worry.
the line.
Don't worry about it. It's normal. We'll go away in a week.
Picture the line for Bugs Bunny.
Just tap it back in. It's fine. I'll carry him back and the purse.
Thank you, Revak. Hidden runners have been a problem these last few years. More of an annoyance than anything else, really.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see him pickpocketing the guards.
That's
So he wasn't
about
really
the end of our shift. I'll go ahead and take him back. I'll take him to the hall. You all go
Hand him the child and
Okay.
start heading back to Breeze Hunt.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing that you went first.
And combat is ended. If we can even call it that.
10 XP! Divided amongst 3 is 3.33333. Infinite.
I'm gonna need a bigger paper to put that in.
Okay.
You just put a line over the first 2 and you're fine.
Right. It is now roughly 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yay.
Did Marshall ever?
How am I
ask
doing
when
on
we're
my
supposed to
gauntlet?
leave?
He just said sometime this evening.
You're fiddling around with it. You've Jimmy rigged together your first capsule, and you have a gem inserted in it and ready to go. You just need to program it, or find someone else to do it for you.
Part of me really wishes I hadn't sold that other gem. Because I'd have stuck that one in it just to see what happens. Gosh. This has 2 elementals in it. We don't know what's going to happen.
You made a pretty penny off it, though.
I did.
And scam someone
Right.
afterwards.
So you have your meeting with Lockshire in about 3 hours.
What's our boat supposed to arrive?
Still no word on that.
Okay.
Well, hopefully they wait for us.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Who's waiting for you?
Boat.
About an hour later, Della comes in with your guys' dinner meals.
I shall eat it and
She just bows to you all and asks if there's anything she can do for you.
I don't think so.
Any word on when the boat's going to arrive? When Marshall's going to arrive? Not
I'm
the boat.
afraid I don't know, sir.
Darn.
I'll leave you all to it then.
Pass me a cookie.
Maybe we should hunt down Marshall instead.
No, I don't think so.
After a few minutes of eating, Marshall does enter.
Ah, found him.
Right. Boat's here. They can wait on stand for the next 4 hours, but I think we better get out.
Agreed. We need to tell Lockshire that we're leaving.
Yes.
We don't.
Shall we leave this place in an uproar?
What kind of an uproar?
Perfect.
Civil War, why not?
Civil War.
Ugh, whatever you all are working on, just make sure it doesn't cause me too many problems. I'm gonna pack up. Meet you all on the ship.
Meet me
Oh,
on the
you're
ship.
coming with us.
Can you pack me in your suitcase so I don't have to worry about it?
How about you put yourself in a bag?
Because my bag of holding is going to have those ice gems.
Well, most of your ice
Might
gems,
not.
all your ice gems are in
The freezer.
his freezer.
Not his
No,
freezer.
his freezer.
in my
Your
freezer.
freezer.
He's got the...
He's
got
just got
corn
a
and
solid block of ice in his freezer.
I'm gonna
Is
take the
there
whole
any
freezer.
way of deactivating those?
Nope. Technically, yes. You would need the inscribe spell, and you'd have to just erase the code.
The
And then they
Lack
would
of
just
better
work.
term.
Yes, for lack of a better term. You'd have to erase the
So, you guys just want to meet up with Lockshire?
yes.
Yeah.
Right, who's going?
Probably just us three.
Yes. You two stay out of trouble, if at all possible.
Right.
Follow.
Follow.
I will vacate my rooms as well. Collect all my stuff.
Yes, I will go and I will open my refrigerator. I'm sorry to do this again. But please get in. We can take the jam, don't worry. We'll take everything with us.
Stick the whole fridge in your bag of holding.
How big is the fridge?
Yeah, how big is it?
How big is the fridge? About the size of one of these table panels.
Right.
So it's like a small refrigerator.
So
like
it's
a mini
2
bottle
foot,
refrigerator.
Fridge.
2 foot by.
2 foot by.
So it would fit in the bag of holding. Is what you're saying.
Yes, it would.
In theory.
In theory.
Put my refrigerator in there and then just refrigerate bomb the. I have to.
Yeah.
I just put my bag of holding over it.
I don't have a reduce spell. Darn.
So they look at you and look down, and they kind of like gesture at the gem and like make big circular arms.
You want a big gem. You want to make it into a big gem. Oh, I won't break it, I promise. But, I'm sorry I have to do this, but I will quickly grab the gem and just shove it into my bag. And just, like, hold it open to see if they'll jump in after it.
One jumps in, the other one kind of looks at you and.
Sorry.
You grab him.
Okay, actually, how far would they have? Okay. So the thing just kind of looks at you angrily, hisses inside the bag, and like squeals a little bit more, and then starts ripping out bits of silverthorn that you have growing, and taking these other bits and starts arranging them into a fairly crude picture of a largish looking stone with a lot of silverthorn at the bottom.
Interesting.
Do you want to try to understand what the
I
heck
will
that
just
is?
try to understand, yes. What should I roll? Insight?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I am proficient. That is a 11.
It seems to be referencing the large gemstone you guys originally found. And
Yes, I had a feeling that's what he was talking about. I honestly have no idea where that is.
Isn't that
Stomps his
still
foot.
with
Sapio.
It's with Sapio.
So your first guess would probably be somewhere around that lab.
Do
we need to go steal something?
It wouldn't fit in a bag of holding.
Crimes?
Really big.
Crimes?
Walking to the airport on a with it on a tension floating disc.
We're just rolling it.
You're staying here.
He goes over to the edge and like reaches his arm inside your bag. And he pulls out his other friend slowly, who has most of his body kind of disformed and wrapped around this gem as you're pulling it out like a net.
Weak.
That's it. I take the bag of holding and just shove it over the refrigerator. I'm just taking the whole refrigerator with me.
I'm going to walk by his room at this point.
The refrigerator is closed, just slipping it over.
I'm going to walk by his room at this point. Whoa, where's your fridge?
We do not talk about that.
You just shove the bag onto the entire fridge or just on them?
On the fridge.
He's
taking the
I'm
fridge
just like
as well.
sliding it over the fridge, just like.
Okay, now I'm just imagining the cartoonishly dragging the giant bag.
This is like the Grinch Stole Christmas level
Right.
bag shoving.
It's like, okay,
Okay.
that is probably about capacity.
What are you looking at?
If creatures can forcibly make escape a bag of holding.
It takes like a.
Yeah, but they're in a
It
fridge.
doesn't give on the bag of holding, only on the portable hole.
They're in a fridge.
Well then, let us go and meet up with Lockjaw.
Yes. Let us go.
Well, that was a nice piece of comedy for today. Right, so Trick and Trim, you both are left to your own devices back at the Breeze home. You just have your limited things together and you're thinking about what's going to happen from now. You're busy, engrossed in your work. You're happy as happy can be. You don't care you've committed multiple crimes. You three go to the meeting place.
I hope they follow, because
Do you want to
things
follow?
could go badly if things go badly.
Do you want to follow?
Probably a good idea.
I'll put my stuff away. I'll follow. Stealthily, because I am wanted.
Yeah, stealthing.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. As they're leaving, you follow them out. Roll for stealth.
Ooh.
Oh, no, 22.
Oh dang.
Oh,
You
dang.
had
Rogues
14.
are just very good at that.
what is yours? Oh, you have expertise. That's what it is. I was like,
No, yeah,
how?
it's expertise.
The DM said write as high of a number you want on the sheet.
9,999,000,000.
You can stealth in the middle of a dragon's lair. Congratulations. Anyways.
I mean, you fool a commoners.
Quiet evening.
Side.
Well, he didn't say roll for stealth until after the second roll. So.
He did say roll for stealth.
Tiny piece of one of the two moons starting to show a bit of crescent, a bit brighter than last night. You make your way, and you do get to the meeting place with Lockshire without any issues. Couple of nods from guards and people passing by.
I needed to roll with
Advantage.
advantage, so it would still be the 18 one.
Okay, you're right. You are right.
Ah yes, welcome back, my friends.
Yes. I'm afraid we won't be able to do a whole lot with you this night. Our ship seems to have arrived.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
As are we.
Well, yeah, would you like the information on that girl your friend followed?
Sure.
Sure.
Only lead that I have for you at the moment. Her name was Sarah.
Just following my wife.
Sarah Thornblower. Her family had been working in the fields for years. Strong connections, lots of friends, and visited her parents every week. Though for the last 2 months, she seems to have become very antisocial. Hasn't visited her parents, barely talks to anyone, and works in the fields all day by herself, if she can.
Interesting.
Other than that, she lives alone at insert address here, and has a pet goldfish that she buried the other day.
Interesting detail.
How sad.
And hasn't done anything else.
Any other leads on wyvern poison that you were able to
Still
gather?
developing. Too soon.
Of course.
And hopefully you're able to get down to the bottom of what's going on in this city.
I hope so.
I mean, if you want a shot at something, I could probably send a message to their leader and have them meet in the square.
His eyes seem to grow a bit of a spark. It's like, really?
Yes. But sadly, he might not be there for the party.
What exactly did you have in mind?
Are there people around?
Couple walking here and there, but not a lot seem to be paying attention to you.
I would write them a nice little message in the sky. I'm sure they've got eyes everywhere, so I'm sure word would travel quickly in their group. We know what they want. And why not bait them with it?
Might work.
We don't have what they want.
No, but they don't know that.
True.
Might
I
work.
still don't
Might-
think they would fall for it.
Might
they'd
be
feel like
to
the
might be
trap.
a small response. I don't think anything large scale though.
I doubt it as well, but a small response is better than civil war. A lot easier to take care of.
If things did happen to go sideways, do you think the guards could handle it?
I don't know how big their army
No,
is.
they're incompetent little. I've evaded them so many times.
Bit of home field advantage.
Yes.
He doesn't know
I don't know about the guards. They seem to rely. This city's Izmir seems to rely heavily on the adventurers that are traveling through. And since we're departing, I don't know who will. I don't know what the other adventuring parties are like.
The only problem with it is over time it'll just grow larger. So I don't know what the city's plan is for that.
Well, unless what they're looking for
that. Leaves the city
leaves the city.
tonight.
We don't know where it is.
I'm pretty sure it's left by now.
Oh, it's probably.
If you're ever back in town, here. He holds out a small sending stone. Just give me a call.
Can this be reprogrammed?
Interesting. Well, thank you. We will do so, and I'll stick that in my bag of holding.
I wish you all luck. And maybe we'll see each other again.
Potentially.
Maybe.
It was nice being in the city. The Artifice affair was really nice up until it got crashed.
One of the most popular events.
Yes. I might have to come down again for it.
Indeed. It would be quite. Maybe next time we should bring something to present.
Yes, I agree. Well, have a wonderful night, Lockshire. I hope our leads have led you to some other discoveries.
I'll do my best for you. Thank you for your assistance, however small.
Yes,
Bid you and your interesting friends adieu.
I do. And I will walk off.
In the direction of the airport. So.
Well, we are
Skyport.
leaving.
Yes.
Might want to stop by Grease home to grab your friends.
I need to
No,
put my
we
spider that I left
stealth
at
after
freeze
them.
on.
They stealth after us.
That's right.
We didn't know that though. Not even with my really high passive perception. What did you get?
18.
You
Ah.
do notice him.
I do notice it.
Do you?
I've got an 18.
I made sure that you could notice me.
I was just like
It's on purpose.
see this little gnome and it's like, ah,
To the airport then?
To the airport.
Still mostly obscured light, so would that be a negative modifier to passive perception? Or
It
does
would
stay the same?
be. Oh, you would have disadvantage on
Oh.
passive perception checks.
I'm not doing disadvantage. It'd probably be a -5.
Yeah. So you would.
Yep, so you wouldn't see him.
Yep.
Also, could you help me out and pass that on?
To go get more.
Yes, let's head to the airport. Hopefully, the
Thank you.
short ones have figured out how to get aboard.
Short one.
Hopefully.
Short ones.
Well, all three of us are about 6 foot, so you guys are as tall as our legs. So you are very short.
We actually pulled out a tape measure last week and explained what 2'5" looked like, 2'6" looked like.
You are about that tall.
It's like just above Safandrius' height.
Itty bitty. Very small.
Is that halfling or gnome?
That's
That's
2 foot.
gnome.
That's just 2'6".
Is that gnome size?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I be taller as a
You'd
halfling?
be
So,
6 inches taller.
so do the small folk decide to reveal themselves to the main group, or are they staying hidden for the entire walk back?
Yes. Do the short folk reveal themselves to the tall folk?
I do. Any problems?
Nope, shouldn't be.
That was amazing. You just came out of nowhere.
I'm still hidden still.
Aw, you
He
little-
called me short.
Just gonna like knock on her leg and.
You want to be carried or?
Are you offering?
Sure, I've done it before.
Okay.
Pick you up.
She'll drop you on your head.
I have
there you
acrobatics, so I can just. It's like a cat. You let go, and the cat just takes care of the rest.
You guys travel across
Just
the
sitting on
entire
my shoulder.
across the entire city, going along the main road till you reach the Ember Gate.
So wait a minute. Have you officially decided to just join our party? Because
You're
we
just
never
coming with
really
us?
I'm
discussed
just coming.
that.
Yeah, you want to come
Okay.
with us?
I thought we discussed it last time where I wanted to.
Doesn't matter, you're in my arms now.
I wanted
so.
to investigate.
Change your mind.
Right.
You are coming now.
You might want to change your form.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I'm still hidden. You can't see me.
Ah, I thought you guys revealed yourselves.
Oh, I did.
She did.
Oh.
So you stay
He
hidden
just
all the way
say
to the
that
Ember
out
Gate.
into the darkness.
No, I don't say that. I thought you were with us.
As you guys make through the pretty short line, Trick, what are you doing?
I can't go through the line.
You
They would-
have magic.
Yeah, but they would check my documents, and I wouldn't match up to my documents.
Also true.
So
Just
how
fly to the
is
boat really
I'm just
high.
gonna fly to the boat.
Okay, you start flying.
Disguise.
How high does jump get me? Because I don't particularly
Jump
want to
triples
go through the line
your
either.
normal leaping distance. Your normal
Except
jumping
you're gonna be
distance.
noticed.
yeah.
I would be noticed, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you
If I
would.
were to. Unless I cast disguise self on myself to make myself look like a jumping beast. But
Well,
That's
make
so
yourself
hard.
Whatever, I'm
make
just
yourself
gonna-
just a
So
giant
it calls a
rabbit
ton of
as you
attention.
jump.
Dark outside right now, right?
It's just.
Barely any light
So-
from moons.
I'm still disguised.
But there's probably a lot of lights.
it's
At
not
the
worth
walls.
it.
I can just use I'll use my masquerade tattoo to camouflage myself with the night.
Okay.
So as I'm going,
He's like all black with one little white dot, so he's a shooting star.
hey mommy.
You back away a bit from the wall and you use your boots and you start to fly upwards. At a rate of, assuming you're dashing, 80 feet.
Oh wait, I just got a really cool new second level spell.
Is it called invisibility?
Spider climb.
Oh, that's not that
Okay.
Well, I can do it with my slippers.
I should climb up the wall.
The rest of y'all start going through customs.
Indeed.
Right.
Exciting.
Any ID information, licenses.
Show him
Sure.
the
Random everything.
yeah licenses and such.
Ah, yes. Well, alright. Most of these look good. Here you all
Most
are.
of these look good.
You look very good. You missed. You got something?
I don't think she's travelled outside of the city much. She's coming with us. Our personal baker.
She's our personal chef.
She make good food.
Very crunchy.
Right. Can you name, please?
Trish.
Barrel good.
Just.
Very short notice.
Trish just.
Trish just.
Just Trish.
Just Trish.
Very well.
I'll lean over to Rabak. I did not know that about her.
you were a born citizen.
Mentally.
No, I was hatched.
Okay.
Working the lab.
If you
like one
could-
night.
Sign here.
Mm-hmm.
That looks good.
Did
for
you
now.
Hold on,
sign
we
it
have
as
to jot
Trick
down.
or
You
Trish?
sign-
Just Trish.
Sign here. Screw
Sign
the
is
government.
Looks good to me. You can
This is
file
quite the
this through,
signature.
And off you all go.
Thank you.
Thank
In
you.
thieves' can't.
Okay. Now, remind me, was there anything you guys had taken when you first entered that wasn't returned to you?
Not a snake.
Besides acid, but I doubt they would
I don't.
bring that back to me.
I got my
replaced my
laxatives.
spider leg and everything. I don't
Did you
think
hand
they
me the
took
water?
much from me. They
You
couldn't take my sword, so.
you threw your spider leg away.
Yeah, I did. Whoever wants that, I don't know.
you give him the spider leg. Can you take this off now?
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Excuse
I
me.
threw it away because I built an entire
Excuse
You
leg.
have
me,
a
you all.
spare
Before
leg.
we get going,
Yes.
full-plated Orihalcum guard. You all have been selected for a random search.
Ah.
No, I haven't because I
Random
don't want it.
search.
Crud.
I'm
What
not
are
there.
we searching for?
Just for any sort of stolen goods that we have reported.
Your report is so.
Stolen goods that
Crime
are...
has started to be on an uprising. We don't want. And
Yeah,
we want
might
them to
have
be
been.
returned
That
to
might
their
have been
proper
you.
order.
Pull a nomad in your bag of holding.
Petty thefts, burglaries, and we want to make sure that their lost items get
Oh
returned to their
goodness,
owners.
what was stolen?
All kinds of things, really. Just come over here,
Oh,
please.
yeah.
I'll gladly come over and
He
proffer
doesn't
my
have anything.
bag of nothing.
All the stolen items.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
the-
stuff,
The
but it's-
stream just died, but I'm pretty sure we're still recording.
Oh, that's sad. Hello from the future past.
Yeah.
Did it really die?
Okay, Magneto.
Okay, so Remak, your bag gets searched.
He doesn't have anything.
No stolen goods. Do you have anything that does not belong to you in your bag, Point?
In my newly made.
I doubt she's
Bag of
going to
holding.
show her chest cavity bag.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh.
gonna pretend I don't have that.
Yeah, should I have
Just anything on me they can look at. I have so many tools and stuff tucked into
Was
nooks and
Red Act just
crannies of
checked?
my.
Remak was just checked. and
I'm
now
going
Point.
to try to discreetly move the harp strings
into his bag?
into his bag.
Okay.
Sleight of hand check.
1 second. You in the orange suit. You're next. Pipe's now getting searched. Sure.
Yes.
Go ahead and make your discreet bait and switch cat.
92. Ouch.
That'd be a sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. Holy smokes! 16.
Oh, that's what I would have got.
Let's
Lucky
see.
duck. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You have the refrigerator.
Oh, he's got.
You start
yeah.
to hand them off.
You have the
You
fridge.
start handing off the first half of what you got without a hitch. You start handing off the second as the guard looks in your direction. In a quick spring of thought and a little bit of luck, you manage to make it look like you stumbled and run into Rebak as he catches you. Sort of. You're up to his knees.
Are you okay?
He catches you with his.
You have successfully made the transfer.
They make these cloaks too long.
Yes, I will open my bag. They can check it. The only thing in there is a refrigerator that is weird, but it has plants in it. I'm an alchemist.
A
Did you
refrigerator.
tape that fridge?
Hey,
You're
everyone,
not
help me open this.
They're gonna pull the refrigerator out.
Yeah, they're pulling the thing out.
Okay.
I would be careful with that.
Yes.
There's some naughty things in there.
With a lot of heaving and a couple almost accidents, they manage to pull this thing out. And they open it up.
And are attacked by twig blights?
There's 2 twig blights, a bunch of crystals, and silverthorn that is growing. That is all that's in the refrigerator.
The little twig blights grab hold of the decent fist-sized gem that they have in there now. With a loud grab it and they jump down and they slam it onto the ground. And nothing else happens.
Oh, dude.
You might
Yes,
wanna
I've
put
been,
those back in the bag.
Raising them.
You?
We had a run-in with the agricultural people that killed their family, so I've been trying to raise them. They're very connected to the gems and the silverthorn.
Why don't you send them to Safio?
Would you all mind
Take it
taking a seat here and waiting till we can verify this? And for the... Get them out of the road.
I will quickly grab them and put them back in the refrigerator and put it back on in the in the bag of holding before anybody gets stabbed.
Okay. As you reach for them, they do lash out at you and then start to scurry away. You take 5 points of damage.
I deserve that.
You scurry over to a chair and just kind of hanker down underneath it, still keeping this crystal thing in contact with the ground at all times.
Oh, it probably needs ground contact to grow better.
Fine. I didn't want to do this.
Command.
Open the refrigerator. Look at them. Second level command. Enter. Wisdom saving throw.
Ouch! You cruel, cruel man. What is the number to beat?
13.
Oh my. They both look at you resolutely and
I see.
and they look away from you and just wrap themselves around this crystal thing.
You literally just got my eye.
I am so sorry. You, young miss, over here.
Well, I guess I will spend the next couple minutes
What do you
trying
have
to
in
corral
your
them.
In my bag,
Mhm.
just the
Blueberry muffin.
package, actually. Tools and a crowbar. And a scroll.
I'm sorry, miss. What's this? He's shaking the package around.
Can you be very careful with that? My grandfather left me a few heirlooms.
Opens it up.
Okay, stop.
Please tell me your logo.
Heirlooms.
These are military grade
He was
gauntlets.
eccentric. I honestly, that's what he called them. I'm actually traveling to get them looked at.
He pulls over a guard and whispers a bit. Here you are. And this is holding up a crowbar.
Again,
You should have stuck all that in my bag.
For opening packages of food.
Opening packages of food.
Oh my little brother likes to play tricks. I am so sorry. He works for a moving company. His tools must have gotten shifted with some of my things. Actually, can I see my bag real quick? I want to see if there are any more of his items that made it in. I am so sorry.
They're keeping the bag away from you. Roll persuasion.
Okay.
With advantage, because that was actually a pretty decent story.
2. Sixes.
Ah!
Sixes.
Hold on, hold
She
on,
add
hold on,
those
hold on.
together.
Persuasion 7. 13.
Not terrible.
Wait, I could help you.
Alright, then we'll
Yeah.
be taking this.
The crowbar?
That's what
They're
it.
taking your crowbar.
That's
No.
what advantage is.
Are they
That's
taking her
fine.
heirlooms too?
No, they gave her back her heirlooms.
That's okay, I have a crowbar. It's fine.
You no longer have a crowbar.
That's fine.
They find nothing wrong with the rest of your items.
another
Though
one.
Can I get
a
some of those
couple
cookies?
raised eyes at some of them, but all of them considered harmless and left on your way. Now you all are sitting there.
Was I able to corral my thorn and twig?
Wait, okay.
They're still under the chair,
Who has my
hissing and lashing out at anyone that sticks their fingers under it.
Who has my crowbar?
All the guards took it inside.
Dang it.
It's been confiscated by airplane security. I'm afraid you can't take that with you, along with nail clippers and more than 2 ounces of liquid.
But you know, gauntlets are fine.
I'm wearing them. That wasn't in my bag. I was wearing them.
Now
Haven't
you're all
taken
just
Julia
sitting
off.
there waiting for them to get in touch with the agricultural department.
Didn't even try to search me. That's fun.
They don't know that you keep most of your stuff in you.
That's true.
You don't carry bags. You're just kind of there. I see nothing you can hide on your person. You are made of metal.
That's where you're wrong.
Well, I guess I will try and grab them with Mage Hand. Because they can't hurt me.
Okay. So you're using Mage Hand to try to grab them?
Yes. Just kind of like shove them into the freezer again.
You grab one. The other one grabs hold of its leg and like spreads its legs as roots into the ground. To what little cracks there are on the road and kind of holds it in place. You're in a bit of a tug of war with it.
I'm going to ritually
Too bad I
cast
didn't have a- too bad I
Unseen
don't have a
Servant.
crowbar anymore. I couldn't have helped.
I'll be grabbing it,
Actually, I don't suppose
and then
you
I will
have
cast
an
Produce
appendage
Flame
that
in
you
my
turn
other
in.
hand.
Oh no!
Get in.
No! I don't suppose you have an appendage that could turn into a crowbar. I have.
They kind
Sword.
of huddle behind the gemstone.
Put that away.
I don't have a
And-
sword.
One kind of pokes its head out at you and again.
How long are we waiting?
It's been about half an hour.
Okay, so my Unseen Servant, I will command my Unseen Servant to go and pick them up. They can try and attack it, but I mean,
It does have HP.
it does. 1 HP. And an AC of 10. I just checked.
Okay.
It is invisible though. Keep
I'm
that in
waiting.
mind.
So they have a disadvantage to attack it.
I've located the ship we're departing on.
Okay.
Would have taken it away anyway.
So you are very high in the air. Moved over. You can identify the mist view. It's the most. It sticks out. Its design is very different from everyone else's.
Do I see one on deck?
Okay. You do see some people working around on deck, getting things prepared and ready, and Marshall kind of pacing on the deck.
Obviously.
Just appear behind Marshall.
Your
Hey.
unseen servant does grab one and take it out from underneath. It goes for the second one and it grabs its crystal thing and just drags it off by itself a bit farther underneath where its arm's having a hard time.
Well, I will go for my Mage Hand again and pull him out. Now that he's moving.
I can cast snare.
That's a 1 minute casting time.
That's true.
She's got a minute.
Wrestling with little twigs. Twig wrestling.
Twig wrestling.
Right. Oh, dang it, that would have been good. So the twig grabbed by your unseen servant, it kind of just pulls itself and moves to get a better angle for it. As the twig thing is like swinging around and it can't find anything to hit as it's just propelled in the air. Your mage hand make a roll.
Will it be intelligence or? It's not really attached to me.
So yeah, go with your spellcasting modifier for it.
Spellcasting modifier. Natural 20.
Great.
You expertly pick it up by its arms as your ghostly hand kind of holding it like a little bell. As the thing cries out at you and it's just swinging around and trying, is constantly looking like a little crystal it left behind.
I will pick up the little crystal and follow my mage hand to the freezer.
Okay, so as you go to pick up the crystal, it gives off a little bit of a pulse.
I pick it up anyway.
Like a bluish kind of light rings out from the ground, rushes back into the thing, and that's it.
Interesting.
You
No
pick it up.
roots are growing out of it.
No roots are growing out of it. You don't feel any weirder when you hold it. It does seem to be glowing slightly brighter.
That's cool.
Maybe give
You're
it
the
some dirt.
prophesy.
There's dirt in the fridge.
True.
Put them in the fridge. Put them in the bag.
The twig lights, when they see the crystal, they kind of stop struggling and just go for it.
I will just pop it in the fridge and let him go.
Oh,
Leave
command
in
my
the trap.
servant to put it in the fridge.
And slam the door as soon as they get in there.
15 minutes later, they have confirmed with the agricultural department about the incident and how you got them. and they let you go off.
Finally! You knew how hard it was to have a greenhouse in your bag. I guess it's not technically a greenhouse, it's more of a
Cold house.
cold house. Cold room. Cold room!
Ah.
I've got an icebox in my bag.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you didn't go through security. Sorry. This is stolen. This is stolen. This is stolen.
I don't even know what to begin
What
with.
do you own?
Why do you have a refrigerator with a cube of ice in your bag?
What do you own?
Like just a single candy bar suspended in the middle.
Been saving it for a rainy day.
I have to bring it out. It's for my diet, you see. I have to pull it out and wait for it to melt before I can eat it.
That would be a crappy diet. Just look at the food for
You
4
board the
days.
Misview. Marshall's there looking a little impatient, and Lev there with his giant gleaming smile.
Sorry, Marshall, we were held up in customs.
They don't seem to
Well,
like
you're
us.
here, and you haven't seemed to have caused any trouble. I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Rebek. My harp strings.
What?
She
Grab.
didn't see,
What?
he didn't see you put it in.
Where did
I
you
know
stash
he
him? Like in
didn't.
his bag or in his boots?
In his bag.
In his
He was
boots?
checked. He was checked, so I just put him in his bag. I'm gonna just grab him out of his bag.
Oh. When were those in there?
Well, well, well. Welcome all you familiar faces back aboard, and oh, I see you've made a new friend. Hello there.
Yes.
This is Trish Just.
Trish.
Just Trist. Trish.
Trish.
Blah.
Trish.
Trish just.
All right, little one. What can you do?
What can you do?
Make
Not
muffins.
a dog.
I don't know who's little one here. I'm
She-
Trish.
Bold words for a thing that's standing out like barely about 3 feet.
She didn't even have her crowbar.
Well, you'll have a chance to get better acquainted over the trip.
Oh, I'm sure, Captain.
like him.
2-week venture?
I don't like him either.
Something like
He called me Stick the whole.
Oh, was that where that
Sticky.
nickname
I
came
think it
from?
was sticky.
Yes.
Called you Sticky,
Sticky.
short for sticky fingers.
Just because I
You
rolled like a
earned it, though,
natural
so-
31 to just pickpocket something out of his pocket and hand it to someone in front of him.
Let's get going. We have it all prepped and ready to go, and we're on stand.
Perfect. Lead on.
Farewell, city. Don't get ruined too quickly.
At this point, I enter.
You drop on the ship. Ah, Sticky. Wondering where you were?
Yeah, he couldn't go through customs.
He could. Don't announce
His
that.
fingers are too sticky. But let's go.
Right. You all, I believe we all know where your cabins are.
Yes.
Good with the present company, you might have to bunk with each other a bit.
I'm going to the gears.
Point.
Yes.
Point where?
Yeah. Can I use your height for a second?
Well,
Okay.
all hands prepare for takeoff!
Too high?
Yeah.
This far?
I will just be watching the city grow smaller as we leave.
Nolly, what's our bearings looking on the bridge? Enters the bridge.
Were you planning on leaving that message?
Just randomly drop the message.
Here's the ship.
Okay.
Starts to whir to life.
I will ritually cast
Large engine.
Skywrite above the city. Says we have what you want. Meet in the square tonight. Just in big cloud letters above the city.
Just casting it from the airship as it's
That ought
flying
to keep
away.
So I take a piece of paper, I write it down, sprinkle a little chemicals on it.
Do realize there's barely any moonlight.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
And you want to use clouds?
That's what it is. Just
clear up
really
the cloud. The
big,
clouds are
white, fluffy clouds.
Right.
They can see
It didn't cost me a spell slot, so I don't care.
Alright, so.
And I'm gonna just kind of wave a little as she's holding me up.
Princess wave. Bye.
Ryback will.
Speaking of which,
See you, Brilla.
Trim, did you find a decoder?
Who's Trim?
Trish.
Now you're gonna confuse everybody. Alright, so.
Oh, I should have called myself Lorraine. Oh,
Ship
no, two on the
starts to
nose.
take off. You write your spells in the
Lorraine.
sky. Barely visible.
Perfect.
That works.
I
It makes it sound like we planned. Makes it look like we planned it so that no one would notice, but those looking for it.
Yes.
Looks like the stream is down.
Yes, the stream is down.
It's been down.
It's been down for a good
Now.
45 minutes. But luckily I record.
I did
so
find an
I'll just throw that
old-fashioned decoder, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had a friend who knew some really old stuff. You got your hands on an old key.
Yeah. Point down.
So, what is it you're trying to
Not
do?
off the ship!
No! Gwen Stacy.
Never.
Oh.
I didn't have
spider
web
climb,
rivet.
not web, so
No, actually, I have slippers. I could just
you have
Stick to the
walk
bottom
up
of the
it.
boat.
I have slippers that let me spider climb.
What?
you
You have a spell, but not cool.
no,
It's
I
about
do have that decoder.
9:30, almost 10 o'clock at night.
We'll do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Never mind. I can't read
Who was
these
asking?
yet.
I'm just gonna hold the decoder. Who was asking? That was.
You have papers with code, remember?
Yep.
Remind me exactly what those are.
The one she stole from Marshall that was in Elven and in Primordial.
But
Oh, I speak Elven.
we translated our parts.
And it had a bunch of thieves' cant. It was written in thieves' cant, and
So,
so
it makes
we
no
had
sense.
no idea.
I thought those papers were left with you because I didn't write them down on my sheet.
Maybe.
I didn't write them down. We just translated them and gave them to you because you were the only one that could potentially decode them, and you stole them anyway.
Yeah, I'll go to bed.
Yes.
What time do you all want to wake up?
Well, I'm up in the middle of the night anyway, so.
Just wake up at 8 or so.
As soon as I can.
Been very quiet. Marshall just goes into his room and stays there.
Wait,
Not a
who's
lot of
bunking
activity.
with who?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 cabins available. Marshall's taken one of them, so there's 3 cabins.
I get one.
So
I bunk with
you
the
two,
robot.
us two, he's
Yeah.
downstairs.
Pretty much.
He's sleeping in the engine room. Always has been, always will be. Gears accepts you back with open arms and a large smace.
Space.
A large smile on his face. And
It's
I was like, a
decent-
large mace?
and,
Hello!
and a good few tasks to keep you busy throughout the night.
Throughout the night.
Till you get tired and go to bed.
Do you
He's up at 10.
have a
late riser.
concept of family point?
You miss yours?
I miss one.
Shame. Don't know what you're feeling. Sorry.
Oh, it's good to have you guys back.
The one person that Trim talks to.
You're effectively talking to a sociopath that has no emotions. Congratulations.
You're
It's
talking
so
to a
broken,
brick wall.
Caitlin.
I can talk back.
This robot is so broken.
Do you have?
Managed to have less emotion than Slayer.
Did you have fellow robots where you were before you picked up this life of
I do not
do
remember.
that?
Perhaps I was with a group. 2 of us. Don't remember much.
What do you remember?
Those that caused trouble and those that didn't. We were supposed to not cause trouble, but woke up in a trash after that, so woke
Woke up in a track
after
and
that,
that's
so.
how my life started.
Well, the far back I can remember is waking up in Scrappy.
How long were you in that trash heap?
What year is it?
I never documented or asked, so.
You just been
Give it a fan.
taking on jobs ever since?
Sort of.
What was your favorite?
Killing things. I didn't, like, have my sword out.
Shing.
Accidentally cuts your nose.
No, I'm put back. But other than that, I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
About what? These questions
I
have a
don't know, I
purpose,
thought-
or...
Can I go now?
No, I don't mean it like that.
No.
The purpose is trying to feel out this group a little more.
You're talking to the wrong person.
The one person that'll tell stories
know.
no one ever talks to.
I'm ignored, but I'll talk.
Ravak will
No,
talk,
I
but he's
What
ignored.
about you? Who
They're
do you
all
miss?
ignored.
That's because we all tried talking to Point.
I have so little to say.
my sister.
Oh,
I don't think she even knows where I am now, since we went dark.
do you know where she is?
No.
It's so sad, man.
So sad, man.
Do you
Eh?
understand what sorrow is?
We're getting into some deep philosophical stuff here.
Trish?
You can call me Trim here. Trish is just
In front of everyone
in
else.
front of everyone else.
This is for the best.
This is very entertaining.
Good barrel or whatever. You know, whatever name works, actually.
I'm going to say what they call honesty.
What they call honesty.
I don't know anything of what you're saying.
I don't even speak your language. I don't know how
No,
we're
it's like
going.
if they speaking thieves can't to you. Okay.
Sure.
So
can tell
wait, do
that-
you feel I'm gonna punch her leg? Did you feel that?
No.
She punches you back. Did you feel that? 1d8 damage.
She's so little, I don't wanna.
This is really weird.
I get that a lot.
No, I'll bet you do.
I tend to be very weird. Whatever that
Does that
means.
bother you?
Being weird.
Whatever is bothering.
What do you qualify as bothering?
Not getting what I want, I guess.
So you can feel annoyance.
I think
You can experience annoyance.
I'm gonna shut down for 6 hours.
She looks at you, and she kind of just stands there, and light in her eyes vanishes as she kind of becomes more rigid.
Oh my gosh, I killed her. No.
This
Ironically,
conversation
she's
is
still aware of
over.
her surroundings.
There is nothing Point has to say ever. And you are talking so much to her. She figures it was time to.
Do these
This
questions
is
have a
awkward.
purpose, or?
Shutting down.
Okay.
This is what people wish
Interesting,
they could do in
not
society.
helpful.
Instantly just shut down.
Right.
I'm quite the roommate.
If they're still here in 6 hours, they're dumb.
That's funny.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry.
No, don't be.
Ravak will sit in the corner and enter his trance.
Right.
To be quite honest, that was me not
So-
knowing how to talk about Point's backstory.
I'd be up in the middle of the night.
Bored as crap.
The next week and a half goes by a lot faster than you all would have thought. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. Clear skies, good weather.
This is so weird.
The only memorable thing that's happened so far, that's happened throughout the entire journey, was Marshall being called up to the bridge 2 days into the journey. You all still don't know what for, and no one talks about it.
Wow.
Crew
Does it seem
laughs-
like we're heading in the same direction that
Same
we came
direction.
from? Okay.
Crew laughs together, cooks together, eats together. They quickly accept you into their group. At least you feel that way.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely helping in the kitchen if I can.
Trim, you make good friends with a mountain dwarf man named Torm, who's the quartermaster. Although your dishes typically don't get along very well, he takes your advice, and you find yourself to be decent friends over the course of the week. Pipe.
The most interesting thing I do is get really bored, bang my head on the wall, and then drink my healing potion that I made for that day.
Anything else you want to work on?
Oh,
I was not able
This is
to.
a whole 10 days of travel.
Yeah, I wasn't able to.
Do we want to give your Twiglights those gems that Point has?
Oh yes, do you have any gems?
Oh yeah, I had a few.
I have them written down right here.
I've had them for months.
Yes, I would.
Even though I didn't carry them on my character.
I bet they would
could've.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I did.
As you give the blight seem to be a bit more peaceful-ish now. They're
They're-
very happy with the multiple shards you've given them.
There are 4 small ones, 2 medium ones, and 1 large.
I'll just give them all to you, by the
They
way.
are very happy with these.
You can write those down so I can erase them.
As they immediately get to work, like starting to place them
How many?
together and try to figure out
4
how
small,
to piece them all together.
2 medium, and 1 large.
it's like you have your own personal dragons. Minus the fire and.
You think they'll ever become a giant wolf?
I doubt it.
Oh,
Yay.
I hope so.
I think that was a very specific summoning. What was it called? Tulip or
I don't remember.
something like that.
I do have the mage's modified summoning spells.
If we, in the future, want to try them.
Trick. You have successfully mounted 6 copies of the canisters. You have 6 ice gems wrapped around your wrist thing.
6 ice gems?
6 ice gems in their own canisters, revolver style.
Oh,
It's even started modifying it so it's like its own little gauntlet plate, like taking random bits of scrap you have on the ship and started making it to like a makeshift Frankenstein amalgamation of a gauntlet.
Frankenstein. I'll spray paint it.
would I have translated some of those papers by now?
Mhm.
What's on them?
Most of the thieves' cant on the actual documents are just slight notations or corrections. Like this is no longer feasible. Like closed dates. All the dates written down have already passed by. Only thing of real interest to you is the mention of a small town in the central area of Roland, which is really close to where, in the reports that Rebak read, to where they're thinking of putting their new Orihalcum mine, or at least mining for Orihalcum.
I have Orihalcum on me, guys.
Ooh,
So do I.
do. You have a sword,
It
though.
also references, what the tiny bits of thief can't reference that this city is no longer feasible. This town is a startup point. Just tiny details. The map, which has most of the thieves' camp on it, is just single symbols describing safe area, not safe, look into, stash area, contact points. You're no longer in the city, so you can't quite test all this information.
I will actually ask Trick if he has any spare metal that I could make a small ring out of.
Why?
Just kind of bored and want to make a ring
A
for
lot of the
myself.
keen defenses spots
What's
have
the
been
ring
marked
going
out.
to do? Is it just going to be a ring?
It is going to make clouds and fireworks.
Can he use Orihalcum for that?
The better question is, does he know how to work with Orihalcum?
I don't know how
I
to work
have
with Orihalcum,
smithing. You
but
may
I
wanna
am
ask
a
me.
jeweler.
Yes.
So I
Potentially.
can work with small amounts of metal.
Like a ball bearing?
I could, but we're talking expenses. I need something
You could-
very expensive for this
How much
type.
is this Orihalcum worth? that I have?
What size is it? Is it
They
like
were
a lot?
ingots. Like you took, he took ingots.
Ooh, each of those ingots, you're not quite sure the price, but they could run up for a good pretty. They could run up for some price.
Yeah, I do have smithing tools.
I have smithing tools.
You don't exactly have the ideal area to make a forge
Yeah.
No, but I sure can make a bonfire.
on a ship.
On a
What?
ship.
So, James,
No, it's
Mhm.
not.
He
wine.
could just do a floating disc that lasts for an hour. Put the fire on top of the disc.
Yes, Val.
so, my sword is infused, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
But
It
with
says
it
I
being
can
a
have,
floating disc,
level 6 I can
it's
have 2
floating
other
on a
infused
ship.
items.
You're right.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
going to
We
say
already had
that the
this
leather
problem.
armor
We already had this
that I
problem
have
with
that's
Rod.
enemy, can that be infused
You can have-
for...
you can have a piece of my Orihalcum. I didn't write down how much I got. I just wrote down that I have Orihalcum.
Yeah, you
It's
have
called
ore
Armor
out,
of
yeah.
Tools. It's an infusion that says that you can put tools in it.
You can infuse that in there.
Okay.
So
Armor
I
of
have
tools,
gotten.
yep. As an action, a creature wearing this infused armor can integrate it into an artisan's tools or thieves' tools. The tools remain integrated in the armor for 8 hours, or until the wearer removes the tools as an action. I'd like that.
'Kay.
Make it easier.
What tools are you integrating into it?
My thieves and smiths or tinkers tools.
What's funny about this is that as a warforged, your armor is integrated into your body.
Yeah, it was
So it's-
already the case. I just wanted
It's
to make sure it was an
integrated into
infusion.
your body.
I just wanted to make sure it was
Yes.
an infusion. Okay. And then I have one more that I would like. So I don't actually have any boots, so never mind. But if I can go steal some.
Technically,
find
I
some
think your
boots.
leather armor does have boots.
Oh, so I can but that would count with the other infusion, wouldn't it?
We need-
Can't separate that piece of armor.
I'd
from
say
it?
you could separate them.
Okay, cool. I'd like to infuse it with boots of the winding path. While wearing these
Ooh,
boots,
That's a good one.
While wearing these boots, a creature can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space the creature can see.
Yep. You
So
can
I'd
do
like
that.
to do that. Okay.
I think it's a place that you would bin that turn though. It's still cool.
So essentially, it's like run up, hit
You know what it
something,
says?
you can
A
teleport.
bonus action to an unoccupied space the creature can see. The creature
We
must
don't
have occupied that space at some point during the current turn. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Which is still beneficial because then
Yeah.
you like run, slam a
go-
door.
So to put it
Keep
into
going, and
perspective,
then just
you
be
can
right
like
at the
jump
door.
off like a 15-foot ledge to sneak attack someone, and then teleport straight back to the ledge.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
It's like returning to a save point in real time.
Yeah.
It's a returning weapon,
That's
except
where I
for
can
you're
put
the
it.
weapon.
Except you're the weapon. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So-
You can just quick save at any point.
We need to identify how much Orihalcum I have. Because I just have written down Orihalcum. I have Orihalcum.
They were just
I would
ingots
assume I
inside
grabbed
of
a
that.
decent portion of it. But
You have 12 ingots of Orihalcum
Okay.
on you.
so on a lunch break, you see me just zoom in real quick to grab food before I go back to my cave of never returning.
After your 10 days of travel, you descend back into the city of
Okay.
Rilis.
Here you go. I'll toss you one. And just...
Oh, you gave me one? Okay, I have one Orihalcum. Okay, how is Orihalcum spelled, James?
Okay.
Or do you not actually have a spelling for it?
I'm pretty sure I remember how it's spelled. I'm finding out where I wrote it down.
Because I have
Just to
written it
be
down
safe.
like 5 different ways, and I'm like, none of these look...
O-R-I,
O-R-I-H-A-L.
Hal, C-U-M. Orihalcum.
Okay, that is never how I spelled it. I put dashes, apostrophes, like, none of these look good!
Just straight Orihalcum.
Orihalcum, okay.
Oh,
Maybe roll
And I
the
just-
R a little bit.
you see me turn around, come back to. Don't waste materials.
I will try not
So
to.
you gave him a whole ingot?
Yeah.
I'm muttering behind my back, stupid smoke bomb.
Wow.
Bombs. Okay. You guys touch down in the city of Rillis.
And give me any excess.
I will give you any excess.
City of Rillis.
Or make an arm ravage.
Good luck. I mean, you
Right.
are small enough. You wouldn't need too much.
About 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and
Just for
Marshall's
that
with
really
you,
thin.
and he's raring
Rillis.
to go.
Where's Rillis?
Where we
Is
left.
That's where we left.
Dalanon. Northern mountain range of Esmir.
Oh. Let's see if that's on the map.
I haven't placed those down, I'm sorry.
That's
I'll get to work on
that's
those. soon.
Esmir. It's in Valanon,
Yep.
northern. Mountain range.
Kind of near the edge of that forest.
So I have.
Okay, around here somewhere. I'm guessing.
Yep.
So I have the ice crystals enclosed in my gauntlet now, right?
Yep.
So I can throw away the fridge.
Yes, you can throw away the fridge. You still need to get those things programmed. So they give off little spurts of ice inside your canisters.
But they aren't hurting you.
They aren't hurting anyone. They're contained.
That's not worth it.
I will spend a lot of the days after he gave me the
Trying to work with
ingot to try and just like learn its properties. Just as like any amount of metal that I can get off to try and melt down a little bit.
This is very hard stuff.
Oh, I know. I've hit people with it.
I've hit people.
So you just. So how are you trying to get it off? Like file?
File,
chisel?
mostly file,
File.
as a just like heating it up, filing it, just trying anything to try
So,
and get little bits
so
off.
whenever you heat it up, it seems to kind of internalize it and become resistant to heat and fire. So you're basically reduced to just scraping it with a file, and several days later you do have a small, this sized pile of shavings.
This
I
is
will
going
just-
to take a long time.
Yeah. Just messing with it, seeing what I can do with it.
Alright, so roll investigation, and if
You know what? Let's do
small
it.
amounts of metal with jeweler's tools.
Ew. Not rolling you again. Investigation, you said?
There's a reason I don't use metal dice.
I could say, okay, I'll rule that you're experienced with working small bits of metal in terms for integrity gems around it.
10,
So you can add your proficiency bonus to it.
13.
Okay. It heats up when you heat it up. You are not sure at all of what its melting point is, or if you even can melt it to begin with.
Stick it on your head and go.
2d8 isn't good enough. Darn.
As far as you can tell, this thing's as tough as adamantium, and maybe more so.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay.
So, present day.
Indeed.
Marshall is escorting you all through the city of Rillis.
Our back.
Mm-hmm. Back to the Amarast Guildhall.
To our employer?
Big central place in the city.
Yes.
From the beginning of the
Mhm.
campaign?
From where you guys first met together.
Can I stop by that shop that I ordered the...
Marshall
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
let you.
No!
We got a report to handle. Come on.
Fine. Whatever.
You want me to pick it up for you? I don't have a report to handle.
So it's insert shop here.
No, she's coming with us.
You.
I just look at Marshall. Watch me.
The robot could glare. She did.
Her little
Her
copper
shutters
legs.
are like.
Shutters.
Pieces of
Pinpricks.
metal that have
She
never
just-
been used before on her body.
Emotion acquired.
Level up.
Motion acquired.
Spite.
Marshall will see that that's the creepiest thing I've seen all day.
Right. As we'll. One moment. I have to write this down.
Too funny.
Now, he brings you into the guild hall, strutting along, waving at attendants, bringing you up to the teleport door. Right, everyone in, come on. We have a busy schedule.
going
You
to
don't want to keep them waiting.
Okay.
Everyone fits in there.
Okay. I'm picturing the small elevator from
Oh yeah.
where it's like, I think we can all fit.
And with a, you all are slightly disoriented as again you feel a slight bit of nausea and vertigo as you find yourselves back in the hallway from before.
Throw up on pipe shoes.
This is a new experience for
Prestidigitation.
you.
Okay.
And then we'll cast prestidigitation and soil your shoes.
Magic.
Okay.
A whole square foot of it.
No.
No. Cube.
Marshall walks
That's
forward
like half my height,
I
right?
know.
Unfair.
I'll clean it up, don't worry.
knocks and opens the door. Right, all of you in. I have
Shall I
other
enter?
things to attend to.
Yes.
Just turn around and fall on him.
Grab. Hey.
Now
you
I'm the sticky fingers. Is Telvain there?
There's a giant manta ray walking around. How do I not notice you?
Oh,
You enter the familiar room, bookshelves lining the left wall. Your familiar mechanical fish tank. Sitting there with a couple more fish swimming around it.
She goes over, picks up the fish, sticks it in her
Telvain
I was
is
promised
sitting at
this.
is sitting behind his desk, looking up at you as he
Promised
seems to be finishing
was.
writing
This
something down.
particular one.
Ah, yes, one of my favorite groups of adventurers.
Sticking in the back.
Why don't you sit down? Why
you
don't
can
sit down?
technically hide behind
I'm pretty
us.
sure we can get you something.
Yeah, you can.
Biscuits? Biscuits.
Yes. Yes, biscuits.
Casper, tell Ramirez we'll need 7 biscuits.
Did you count point? 6 biscuits. Just kidding. She'll just crush them.
And
Did she feed the fish last time?
Yeah.
The metal fish.
Maybe
What's
some,
the
and
dog?
maybe some black tea to go along with that. Yes, sir. Now then, how'd it go?
Smashing.
It went fairly surprisingly well. We
going
seem to have
need-
gotten away unscathed, so I mean.
If you're going to send us in
Yes.
there, I'm going to.
Marshall was quite thorough.
I'm going to take my fish.
If you're going to send us in there
Just
again,
reach in.
Yeah, I
and
reach
grab.
in, I find a writhing one, and I pluck it out.
A little eager, aren't we?
if you're going to send us again,
Yeah, it's what you're owed. Now, do you have anything for me?
we don't. Marshall has it.
Well, I can give you a spill of information that I read from files that we stole, but I don't
Oh, of
think
course.
much of it will be.
No, but of
No.
course, do go on. I'd
We
like
can
to
give you
hear
all
every
Marshall's
word.
deals.
Ah, Casper. Biscuits, anyone? I'll take one.
I'll take one. Nibble
You
on
just
it
see
a little
this
bit, and
hand,
then
like-
proceed to regurgitate everything that I remember. Which is not as much as Trim can remember.
Telvain goes
She
silent throughout
did.
your entire speech, breaking up every once in a while to ask a clarifying
Come on,
question
it's my
or
fish
to
now.
or to sum up what you've talked about. I see.
I don't.
Now, do you all have a good trip?
Oh yes, the trouble was great.
Lovely. Now, and you are Miss.
Trish. Just.
Yes, Trish. Just.
Just Trish.
Yes, Trish. Just. Marshall mentioned you once in one of his reports.
As Trish.
No.
No.
If we can move along, Grim. I thank you for what you and your organization has done for us. Is there anything I can do to compensate you?
5 million gold pieces. And
Within reason, of course.
Don't listen to the
Perhaps.
you are a government
perhaps
official.
a
You
perhaps a
acquire
cut
5
from the
million
rest of the
gold
party.
pieces.
dome. Literally,
Similar
government's
payment,
the highest paying job. in the
Whatever
country.
eases your conscience.
Whatever eases your conscience.
Right. Now, going off of everything you've given me here today, here is your payment enclosed.
I will grab it before point and grab.
Wait, is that all of our payments in one thing?
I believe Point has taken what she wants, and is there anything I can do for any of you?
Yes, the favors.
Yes, do you have any documents on how to work with Orihalcum?
Documents? No. An expert? Yes.
Can I talk to him?
Of course, we can arrange it within the next couple of days. Moving
He
on.
pulls a gnome out from under
You
his
got
chair.
Would you like another one to go with that? And maybe a
Yes.
tank as well?
Grab another gaming one.
Yes, she'll want a tank.
I'm pretty sure we'll want something mobile. I'll have one of my students work on that.
She like builds
What
a
about
tank
you,
in
Red?
her
I'm going to
stomach.
build one. In
I would simply like the supplies for learning the spells required for elemental method binding.
Ambitious.
Yes,
Easily-
saw a
easily
lot of it.
acquired. Are you sure?
Yes.
Very well.
All 3 spells, I would like all of the materials required for learning them.
Oh, you tricky little shadow, what can we do for you?
A lot of things.
Well,
If you're
one.
going to send us another mission, I'm going to need a hat of disguise. If
do you
um,
still have all the gems?
I want to learn what
Just
he's
give them to
learning
you.
for different
Maybe two
reasons, I also
small
need
ones.
to learn about
Yes.
elemental
4
binding
small
if
ones.
I
Oh,
can.
may Point ask for two
I'm
of the
going
small
to
ones
need.
back?
Do you have
Sure. Okay.
an
Two a
all-purpose?
small what?
2 small gems.
There's an infusion
Oh,
you
no.
can do.
Oh, they're already
Those
gone.
are all fused together into
Oh,
a
never
giant
mind.
fist
They are
size
all
ball.
fused together.
They're all fused together?
Mhm.
Never mind.
I only have one large gem now.
An all-purpose tool. The extremely rare ones. You know, the ones that really actually work.
Do you want to ask for 2 small gems then?
No, I could just straight up ask him, yeah. Can I have 2 small gems?
See, I knew you wouldn't just be satisfied with the fish. Here you are.
I'm going to do
A
things.
lovely ruby topaz.
Thank you.
Going to need.
Sure, I'm pretty sure there's an infusion I can do.
I'm going to
How much
need
stuff can you
6 gems, 100 gold pieces each. So that I can blah, blah. And I have another list. I'll get it back to you
Do in
later.
there.
Alright, why don't you just.
breathe?
Casper, file this for me.
No.
I'm not getting any of that stuff. That's the
It needs to
translation.
transport my body.
And
Sure. I don't.
Miss Goodbarrow. I'd hate to leave you out of the rest of the festivities.
I didn't sign your contract.
Nevertheless, you were very instrumental in this group getting what they needed. Anything I can do for you. Anything at all. A wish,
Stop asking me
perhaps?
questions.
Information.
Information.
Item. Power.
He's very generous. He gave me 2 fish.
And don't forget the gems.
And the gems. Which I'm going
And
to
the
use
tank.
for my fish. Well, he's having somebody build
Trip
a tank
home,
for me.
perhaps? You want it? It's yours.
What are you doing with the thing?
Oh, that. Well, we're having it examined, and they'll be sent back in a day
And I
or
want a
two.
copy of that.
Excuse you.
I want blueprints.
You have Dell's notes.
Yeah, but Dell's notes are incomplete.
Incomplete and completely based on hunch.
Theories, basically.
He could, with
Educated
Dell's notes, he
guesses.
could make a bomb.
I can make a bomb with those notes. But I want to make a super weapon.
He's not satisfied with just a bomb. He wants a nuclear bomb.
I'm just a simple king defender. I don't want anything.
Right. Well then. I believe that that finishes our business here. Now. Casper, remind me to thank Ramirez later and give her a raise for me. Delicious. Now, if that's all, you can go ahead back. Marshall will meet you down. We'll meet you downstairs.
The cloak of protection.
Are we gonna
As
divvy
we're
the
going.
money that you gave him?
Meet you
Huh? Yes, I
Marshall
will.
will be waiting for you downstairs if you have any questions, and you can go ahead and rest at the last tavern you stayed at.
Yes.
As I'm going away.
Will
And a
do.
cloak of protection.
You already have a cloak.
And a pony.
Yes, but if I can have an armor class of 21 with a cloak.
Follow me,
Protection.
please.
You could.
Yes.
Casper goes,
Oh,
opens the
Casper.
door for you all. This way, please.
What's she using this? Nutmeg?
Jam.
Cyanide.
What
It is
would you
all-
like it to
You
taste
have a
like?
dark,
Caitlin?
dark mind.
What Trim is eating is
You
what
don't
could
know
possibly
that.
be the most perfect biscuit she's ever eaten. Round, fluffy, golden brown, the right
Perfect,
mix of
he
sweet
said.
and wheat.
He said it was perfect.
Sweet and weird.
There's an
It
angel
is
in it.
a perfect.
You bite down
Where
and
did you find this Ramirez? And I talked to her.
That's what you really should have asked.
You really should have
I
asked.
was making a point
The
there.
biscuit recipe?
I was making a point.
I
not
need
this
this
point.
recipe.
but
I was
like
gonna
an
say that
actual
would be
point.
rather impressive if you made a point.
I mean, I couldn't even be finished. It was that hard, so. Was that sad to say? That was sad to say. Do
The
you
robot is
understand
making
concept
sad
of
comments.
baggage?
Casper leads
No.
you to the port.
As in,
leads
like,
you to the portal.
personal?
You shift through it to a kind of roundish room with more portal, and he moves you over to another one as you shift again.
They're trying to lose us.
I was
I'm
lost
not.
in the first one.
You come back into the main hall.
Oh, I know
I
where we
believe,
are
you all
now.
know where I believe you all know where you're going from here.
Yes.
I'm going right to that
Thank you.
shop.
Oh yeah, I
Which
need to write
shop?
down.
I commissioned a
Oh,
exact
that-
replica of the sending stone mechanical thing that he gave us.
We've been gone for like 4 months too.
I know.
gone
I
for,
don't know
like,
if I'll remember.
Roughly
2 months.
Oh, 2
almost
months.
2 months, yeah.
2 months. Well, that's
Well, I
still-
dropped 100 gold on it, so I better go back and look at it. It's probably the stupidest investment this character has ever made.
This was only worth 10 gold. Here you go.
Okay, 99, please. Just hold my money for 4 months.
So, so you're splitting up first, or you're going to the cavern first? Then
I'm splitting
taverns
up
first. Then
first.
split.
I'm following her.
You split off. The rest of you go to the tavern. You're going to the shop. You're sticking with the group.
Before they split off, I'm going
I'm
to
following
divvy
you.
out the gold.
Oh,
yeah.
yes!
How much
It's
gold?
all gathered together. You have to
Yeah.
count it out.
Never mind, I'll divvy it out at the tavern.
They should have just done like those little coin
Stacks.
stacks. This is 50. This is.
Who come up in my character?
I'm following her.
I know.
Yes, I will go to the tavern and to my rooms and start counting gold in there, where I'm not,
Okay.
counting gold in the open.
You start counting out gold.
I will help him.
Scrooge.
You make your way back. You find your way back to the shop. Decent memory.
Yep.
You're following her.
Mm-hmm.
Trim, you're with the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You enter the shop. Yes, welcome to the. Oh! It's you!
Hello.
Slams the door and runs away.
It's been
I-
a while.
Yes.
She's a
Yeah,
perfect
I-
distraction.
One moment. I have it. I have it right
You!
here.
You!
Here you are.
9 plus.
Conk-
What is it? 15.
How well
now?
is it made?
12.
It is very well made.
I'm
Oh
not.
shoot, it's
It is made-
exactly what I asked for.
It's like-
Exactly what you asked.
Oh, it is
Simple,
like,
man.
man.
made with
Yeah.
common materials, but it
was
is
12.
So
spot
it's
on.
a sending stone
A single
21.
sending stone in this mist.
that can.
I'm looking around the.
I had to call in a friend for.
So what does the extra
technical.
mechanical stuff around it do that is different from a regular sending stone?
So the mechanical
nice
stuff
and
around
good.
it
It's not
releases a couple steam methods along with some color, along with like dye for coloring.
Huh.
You know, like the liquid food color you put in your drink so you
Oh,
can
so just
create like a misty image of what you're looking at.
Oh, sweet.
As long as you have a second
So
one.
it's more than just hearing what's on the other
Mhm.
side. You can also see.
See it. It's like a video call.
Sweet.
And,
I freaking love it.
I had some extra time on my hands, and my friend was working cheap, and I have the second one almost finished. If you can come back in a week or so, I think I can have it finished for you then.
I'm looking around his
Or
shop.
if we finish it before, do you have? Where are you staying at?
At a tavern. I don't know yet.
Well, she knows she doesn't really.
I can use this to ask them.
Yeah, when the other thing's finished, you can just page.
Oh, she know when it's finished though.
May call her on it.
Oh, right, then I guess you can just... right, oh,
I'll tell him the tavern. Because I'm still in the room.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Of course you didn't
You
see
want
me.
to search
short.
him, he probably
Kick him in the
stole from
shin.
you.
I haven't stolen anything.
Excuse me?
I don't know what
He's
she's
non-flesh, I'm just
talking
saying.
about. The tavern is this.
Oh,
I'm gonna give him 4 silver pieces as just a thank you, pretty much.
thank you, madam.
I'm gonna pat him on the head again. You did very good.
He seems,
Thank you.
it's still a bit of a shock to him, but he seems a bit more comfortable. So, okay.
You did very good. Thank you. I'm gonna take it and leave.
Is there anything interesting just laying around?
No. Pictures and posters of things that they've done and some tiny knickknacks, not anything really worth your time stealing. Unless you want little knickknacks or bits of
Yeah, you don't
mechanical
wanna forget that you
things
own that.
or a ticket for
Yo.
something.
Bits of is there a random telescope?
Sending.
Those are very expensive.
No,
Right.
a telescope.
Magnifying glasses.
Okay, you two make your way back to your tavern where you're staying. At the Forged Haven. Russell. Forged Haven. Rivak has been counting for a while.
Well, Mr. Pipe helped him. So it's half the work.
There is 1,750 gold pieces in the bag. Divided amongst 5 of you is 350 gold.
Ah, that makes fun. I don't have to pull out a calculator.
350 gold?
We
That's
each get 350
Yes.
if you want to include trim in that.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
We're
Everyone
okay, you
gets
get-
We're not
350
including-
gold pieces.
We're not including Trim. We were the only ones who signed the contract. We get the money.
She said she didn't want the contract stuff.
She did, so she's not getting anything.
No.
Unless
Trim
we're
is
gonna-
getting the gold.
Good
Okay,
thing
that's
that
because you're a good
Ramak
dude.
and Pipe are counting.
And she's there. So she knows.
She's the first one to get her cut.
As
I didn't sign anything though.
closer to the later evening, Hey.
I'll take your cut if you don't mind.
I would like it. I'm your best friend, remember?
Yes, but if you
together and we
had a
understand what
conversation.
friendship is.
No,
You
I was not
shut
gonna
down
take
on
it.
me.
Shut down.
I know he gets benefit.
Trim, if you don't take it, then I have to give more money to Trick and Point. And I really don't want to give them more money.
Fair.
So
If
I
you
get,
don't take it, I will command you to take it.
so I get 300 and what?
50.
50.
50 gold.
All in
So
gold
Who
pieces.
was that
15.
smiley guy that evidently commissioned you to commit theft?
No idea really.
His name is Telvain.
Who here? Okay, maybe. Someone.
65.
Definitely not. You two.
I
Money.
was on the ocean hunting pirates.
What are we talking about?
I don't like
Okay.
it.
You are the only one who spent a decent amount of time in Valanon.
Okay.
Essentially, he's the guild master for the Amarast Guild, one of the 5 guilds that runs the entire country.
That's
Sort of.
all I know.
He's an important person.
You didn't pay too much attention. You spent most of your time jumping from tutor to tutor.
I don't know if I
Though
like.
you did hear his name quite often.
I didn't like his buttons and I didn't like his face.
You said nice buttons. Are
I
you
said
saying-
nice buttons to the other guy.
Oh,
He's also a half elf.
so you said.
Yep.
After
5'7" half elf.
after,
slick
uh,
black hair.
finishing counting the gold, I think I'm going to sell these modified spell scrolls to someone because I don't plan on using them.
Oh, I also got this, and I'm gonna show them the cool little video call thingy that we didn't have to give back because I got it commissioned.
No way! I'll pull out the other one!
I don't think we want to talk to Telvain.
He gives good money.
Yeah.
Maybe we could rob him.
No.
Deal.
And then give it to
Who's
Deep
gonna
breast.
hire you to rob him?
Who's gonna
Deep
hire
We'll
us?
commission ourselves to rob him.
We'll commission ourselves to rob
We
him,
just
and
like
then
robbing
we'll
people,
sell it
apparently,
all
that's
to
our thing.
Torkin.
I'm going. Yeah,
to
I'm
earn
going.
his trust.
Does anyone want to come with me?
I will
Sure.
come with
Where are we
you.
going?
I'm going to go do paperwork.
Oh,
Nerd stuff.
what kind of paperwork?
Selling paperwork.
Stop you, me.
Okay, so what
Selling
are you
This guy
trying to
just
sell?
paid you so much
It is a
money.
modified
This
summon
guy just
minor
paid you so
elemental,
much.
He didn't
a
really need it
modified
complimented.
summon elemental, and
The modified teleportation circle.
So as you try to get out to the open market, you ask people where you can sell these. Everyone points you back
I just
to the
don't know what else
Amaras
to do.
Guild Hall.
Well, that's okay. I'll head back there then.
So just play experience
I figured I should have just sold them to Telvain himself.
You go and you sit, and a young gnome comes up to you. Yes, how can we help you today?
I have some spell scrolls that I need to sell.
Oh, I think I might. Let me see what you've got there.
I will hand him the 3.
Let me see here.
they're modified
From what I can tell.
Yes, decent spell work. Now, so they're conjure minor elementals, elemental, teleportation circle.
Yes. I believe they're all focused on the lights or something.
Okay. Yes, yeah, we have some, I think we know some, what's it called? Dang it, I can't have all my notes in one spot. Where are you there? I think we have a verdant warden visiting that might be interested in these two, and Elaine will be happy to take this one off your hands. Let me see. We can hold on to these for you, and we can get in contact with them and see how much are you asking for.
All of your money.
I am not sure.
Right. I'll see what they offer then for you, right? And
Sounds good.
we'll get back to you soon. That'll be all?
Yes.
That's how it goes.
Then I'll head back.
That was a lot lamer than I thought it was going to be.
Well, I'll just have some money after that, and yeah, with the help of materials from Telvain, I should be able to create our own elemental bindings.
Right. So, anything else you guys do throughout for the
Can
rest
I
of the day?
make try to make some of that blueberry tea?
Yeah, you can.
How is it?
Trying to think of a way to describe it. It's a bit bitter.
She said it was
Bit
sweet
bitter.
Just a tad bitter.
though. She said it was sweet though.
Well, if she said it was sweet and it's bitter for me, I must just scalded the leaves.
Oh, dude.
So the blueberries didn't mix well with the leaves, and they were a little scalded. It's a bit more precise than you're used to, but after another attempt, you do get a sweet was an understatement. It's very stinking sweet.
I know someone would like this.
All in all, it's pretty good. I mean, you do feel fairly warm inside and happy with yourself.
Yeah. Find you in a corner crying. My sister would love this.
So no one else does anything else for the rest of the day.
Just waiting for them to contact me to talk to an Orihalcum specialist.
Right. So
I'm
around 8 o'clock-ish, a medium height elf, blonde hair, short, walks in wearing dark red and gold robes with a blue lining to them on the inside. He
I think your
hands you a couple scrolls and a box full of materials, as well as another paper full of instructions.
Ah, perfect.
And point. He starts talking to you about details you'd like for your tank. Do you want permanent, large, portable, small, something you can take on the road?
Portable, small.
So he holds up a about this sized glass ball filled with water.
Ooh, that's very big.
Smaller? How much do you want them to swim around in?
Holds up cup. What's fishing cup?
What's cup in bag of holding?
So, this is the smallest size I have on me. It's big. It's decently large, but big enough to fit in his hand.
I want 2 of those.
2 of these.
Mm.
Right. Well then. Can I see the fish?
She pulls him out, shake, and then puts him back in.
Thank you. One moment, please. He takes out a tool and cuts along the side, or rotating the ball as he cuts it around. He takes the paint off while whispering a couple words, and the water suspends itself inside. Fish. He closes it up and mutters the mending spell, and it seals itself shut.
Holy.
Holy.
You don't want them to be friends.
You have rolling fish balls.
No.
Here you go, and one moment, please. Cuts it. Control water. Fish.
I changed my mind. I want them both in this one. I just realized what it has for.
Fixes it. Drops it in his bag. Little strange smile. Cuts it open.
Never mind, I want them separate.
Other fish.
It's so cool to see you do that.
And you,
Yes,
Mr. Pipe. Here you are.
What's
Address
this?
in the city of a forger we have. He can teach you all he knows about Orihalcum forging tomorrow.
It's not a snow globe.
It is. You see them.
More fishies!
It's so fun.
Why are you sleeping?
They're
No!
not real. Saka hurts them.
I got a fish you. Fishy, fishy, fishy.
So mean.
I love you,
They're
darling.
all rockfish.
thank you
They're
for
not
that.
real.
You need a light in there so you can like open it at night and just look at
Aw.
Trim,
I said I didn't want anything
you have an appointment.
from.
With a psychologist.
Psychology.
You are severely messed up for joining this party.
Someone from the guild is meeting you here at 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Do you need someone
Appointments.
with you?
Do you need somebody to hold your hand?
I'll go with you to.
Emotional support.
We can
fish?
distract them. It's
Trick.
fine.
Here's this for you.
What is this?
It's a few scrolls.
What do the strolls?
And materials for learning those are with Rebak.
What are the scrolls?
Magic
They're all the
things.
same things I have.
Yes.
I got what he
Elemental
got. I
binding
didn't get
spells.
anything else.
Well, what else did you ask for again?
I asked for the disguise hat. And
Disguise hat, very rare tool,
very rare tool.
a bunch of crystals.
A bunch of crystals worth at least 100 apiece.
Not likely.
Cloak of Manta Ray, you know, just things that I already have that I want to be able to not have to make, so I can use those slots for other things.
And that's all he gives you.
Can I at least get the hat?
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Like,
Thank you
shit.
all. Good night.
What about that pony?
Yes, the
You
lady
want
wants a
a
pony.
No, I was joking.
No, I want a mastiff.
Just riding a mastiff
Just
around.
a guard dog.
Increase my speed to 40 naturally, which I already have a speed of 40, so either ride or walk at a 40 speed.
It looks really cool.
I can send it on reconnaissance missions.
He is now a mastiff snack.
Right. So you all go to bed.
Yep.
Yeah, you wanna
And
look
then,
at
you know, after I
Spend the
wake
rest
up, I
of the
just.
Putting
Yes.
all those spells.
I want to look at this
Okay,
paper.
so you learn inscribe, conjure method,
And bind method.
all those fine spells.
And I still have 2 spell scrolls. Because.
What about conjure elemental? That's one of the ones.
That's
would never
that
be
is-
able to learn it.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't have that anymore. They're with the guild for
Yeah.
safekeeping while they're finding buyers for him.
Yes, and the funny thing about me learning these spells is I learn them as a wizard, which means I just have them in my spell book, can use them whenever I want, and you have to have them prepared.
I can't learn those though.
You can. You just
They
learn
are
how to
artificer spells.
They are artificer spells. You just learn how to prepare them. It's a little bit, different.
Yeah.
So I prepare them, do the stuff that I need with them, take a nap, and have them not prepared the next day.
Not quite how that works, but generally.
It'd be in the morning, you have them prepared. The next day, you don't have to have them prepared.
Right, but to prepare them, I have to take
Have
a
a
nap.
long rest.
The next day rises.
What were those spells?
They're not in that app.
Right,
I
I
picked
need
them
to
up.
write them down.
We
Conjure method, inscribe, and bind method.
I don't have those spells memorized off the top of the head, so Russ is your best guess for how to use them and what they do. So, next
Then
morning,
have,
what do you all do? I have a feeling I know what you're doing, Pipe.
Yes, I am booking it to the smithy. That's not my pipe. There we go. Sucking on a marker.
So, you're working on learning the spells.
Sure.
Point, what are you doing today?
Well, I'm pretty much happy with what I got. So
She is
Sit around,
sitting
tinker.
there watching.
I'm
Trim,
going.
you have your appointment.
Yeah, I'm looking at the paper. What does it say?
You have an appointment with a Amarast Guild member at 12 o'clock at the Forge Haven in the kitchen.
Do you want someone to go with you? I can provide a distraction if we need to leave in a hurry.
I'm a big girl. thank
I'm
you.
sure you are, but
No, you're the
So-
little girl.
Pipe, we'll start with you.
Okay.
I'm a big girl. I just gotta look up
You travel
really.
through the city, occasionally looking down at your paper and following
That's
street
why I said
signs.
look up at
As
it.
you get to a small forge where a fire genocide is waiting for you.
I will speak to him in Primordial. Hello. The name's Pipe.
Morning. Bright red skin, cropped hair.
Not often I see fellow genocide.
More of us around here than in other places. Why don't you come in?
Yes.
Now, Orihalcum, was it?
Yes,
Do
Orihalcum.
you have some samples on you?
Yes, and I will pull out an ingot.
Right. Now, there are many ways we can go about this.
I just need a ring.
Well, Orihalcum has the unique property of essentially adapting to its elemental environments.
Interesting.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Goodbye.
Good.
Just a second.
So, working with it can be quite difficult, as when you try to heat it and forge it out, it becomes resistant and is eventually immune to the heat. So, you either you can blast heat it, though in larger quantities this doesn't work that well. Most often, what you'd do is you'd start to heat it and blast it and then hit it with a small blast of cold.
That's difficult.
Yes, very. So we found an easier way eventually. Here, let me show you. He takes your ingot and starts putting it into the fire, and takes a vial of a very strong acid, and starts dripping it onto the metal as it goes along.
Interesting.
Now, as long as we keep a somewhat steady stream of this acid streaming along it, it'll become more resistant to the corrosive effects than to the heat, as it can only focus on one at a time. and thus getting it to a meltable form, at which point we don't have to worry about it.
Awesome.
It takes the time to start to heat it up. I can't remember how long it takes most metals to heat. It's been a while since I watched Forged in Fire.
I watched it today. Did you know that Chris Gregory was on Fortune
Yes,
5?
I think.
I did not.
Yeah.
Now we can
The
drop
most recent
down.
one. I couldn't find his.
I don't find it.
Now that we've got it ready to go, we can draw it out or cut off bits that you want to use. So why don't you go ahead and give it a try.
Okay, I will give it a try.
He lets you go ahead and go along with it, though he's always over your shoulder.
Oh, yes.
Kind of like, sometimes like grabbing your arms and moving them to help you get set up. Moving around. It's surprisingly easy to work with once you get it hot enough to work with.
Interesting.
And it maintains that heat most of the time.
Huh.
So you don't have to put it back into the fire very often. And once you get started, you have a smaller piece of metal that you can start to forge weld.
Okay, I will do that then.
And that's how you spend your afternoon.
Yes.
Trim is gone. So we're left with Point admiring her two fish swimming around her small farm.
Actually, I'm gonna work on my Steel Defender.
'Kay.
I'm gonna upgrade it a little bit.
'Kay.
Just go through everything. Well, not upgrade, just
Maintenance. Checking
Maintenance,
parts,
yeah.
joints, everything's oiled well, ready to go, not dulled. Sharpen the legs, you have to.
check wireless connection between us and all that kind of thing.
Work on that. Revak is
Practicing. Because it'll take me, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to learn all of these spells.
You're almost done with the last one around this point in time. You've been up very early. You don't need to sleep as much.
Yes.
Excuse me. Point. Not
Oh,
point.
do you know what else
Trick.
I'm gonna do though?
I'm also gonna learn Frost, spend the time and my own resources to learn Frostfinger.
Take the money off of that.
I'll have to look
Trick,
at that
you
one.
have learned 2 of the spells and you're starting on the 3rd one. And if I need Trim. She's the only other one.
We lost Trey.
Right, so I guess we'll
Do
go
I
back
have
to
to be
you.
sitting still to learn these spells?
You can't be working on other things while working on these spells.
Oh, I was just gonna follow him.
Yeah, this isn't something you can do passively. You are actively writing things down, messing with it, trying to cast the spell.
Gotcha.
So, with this fire genocide who introduced himself as Ash, you have 3 very good-looking Orihalcum rings. One of which he actually started to engrave a little bit, just some swirling designs, just to pass the time while you were working on other things. So, you have about 7/8 of an ingot left, and you have 3 good-sized rings.
Okay.
Right, and that should be all you need to know.
Yes, thank you, Ash.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure. It's been a while since I've been able to speak with one of our kind. And honestly, I've just glad that my
Primordial.
what's the Ignan hasn't gotten
Oh,
rusty yet.
Yes. It doesn't roll off the tongue as easily after not using it for long.
How are things in Sumeris?
There are challenging times from where I'm at. At least in the guild. But as far as I know, Sumeris is doing well.
Where do you hail from?
I hail from Gartmere.
Northern
Volcano.
Volcano?
Yes.
Ah, I've heard stories of there. I'm from the southern mountains.
Nice. Never been down there. Are there many genocide down there?
That's what you're looking for.
Just a small village. My family was the only genocide in town.
I know how that feels.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure you have better things to do than to catch up with me.
Not particularly, but thank you for your knowledge. I will put it to very good use.
Thank you.
And I will go and try and find a nice little gem that I can put into my ring to start doing the so that I can start inscribing it.
Right. So you head off on your way. Trim. Noontime comes. You head downstairs or not?
Emotional support.
Emotional
Yeah, I'm
damage.
in the kitchen. I'm in
Early?
the kitchen early.
So you're there. Cooks are going about their business. They seem to leave a small section of their kitchen untouched. Everything's wiped and clean. There's some items there prepped for baking, but nothing else. But no one's going there.
I might as well start baking something while I'm there. I'm gonna try to recreate those biscuits.
I bet
Okay.
that's why they have you in there.
So you're just trying to recreate the biscuits?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What would that be?
I would say probably intelligence or wisdom based.
It would be intelligence
Thank you.
more.
Give me an
Wisdom is more perception of things.
intelligence check, a wisdom check, and a constitution check.
Oh, okay. Here's intelligence.
Ooh.
13.
13. 15.
Oh,
Okay, 15 for intelligence.
Wisdom. Ooh, 16.
16. And then constitution.
Yep.
So I don't poison myself.
Ooh.
22.
You're as you go along trying to cook this up, taking samples of the batter, trying to see if you can get the taste right. And you're not quite sure. You seem to be getting closer, but you're still lacking. It doesn't taste the same. Fairly good. Some of the best you've made, but not the same.
Who is she?
Do you mind
Who
if I
is
take one?
Ramirez?
A red-skinned humanoid takes a biscuit up from the ground. Takes a biscuit from your tray.
From
Takes
the
it from the
ground?
ground.
Tray. Not minding the heat, as she just takes a. Fairly good. Though you did get the consistency of the flour wrong.
Is that Ramirez?
And you're going to need some of this. I'm Ramirez, by the way.
I just thought she. I just thought she rolled a natural 20 on biscuit making. You're Ramirez, and I'm gonna shake her hand.
You shake her hand, it's abnormally warm. Fire genocide with long brown hair, though you can see strands of bright orange running through it. Yes, I'm Ramirez.
That's. Where did you get this? Is this recipe your own making?
No, Mother taught it to me.
Oh, is it a family? Is it a family recipe?
Been in the family ever since Telvain brought us in. Here, let's get you started up right away.
With
Baking?
Oh, okay.
You're baking.
Now, you want to make some of those biscuits?
Yes.
Telvain's often fond of those. Here. Now, when we start over here, we're going to add a bit of this spice.
You're putting spices in biscuit?
This can't be the 12 o'clock appointment.
Well, no, currently this is the 12:10 appointment. I'm sorry, you just seem so engrossed in your baking. I didn't want to intrude.
Can we talk as we?
Of course. You spend your afternoon. I'm sorry, I'm not an expert in baking.
Yeah, it's good. It's
She teaches you her way of making it. Tiny bit of spice thrown in with extracts, and essentially it all evens out, and you again get to taste this heavenly piece of bakery.
what's the real reason you came down here?
Well, you wouldn't tell Talvain what you wanted, so Casper told him.
I called it.
There's something wrong with the biscuit.
Oh my
gosh, she's just-
Nothing's wrong. Not with your recipe.
Yeah, so
I don't get your boss.
neither do half of us most of the time.
Half of them some of the time get sad.
Well, how long has he been doing this?
1 second. Need to write this down real quick. Okay. No, he's not sure what you're talking about, but I've been employed for him for the last 20 years.
Has he been working long before you came?
Not sure. Oh, wait,
And you
that's a
agree?
lie. Oh, yes. Though I can't quite say for how long. He had hired my mother before.
Do you like working for him?
Yes, I believe I do. He has a way of breathing excitement into the world. Though honestly, I feel like the only person around who actually understands half of what's going on is Elaine.
Who's Elaine?
She and Talvain are practically inseparable. Though I haven't seen much of her recently.
Dun dun dun! We're gonna be hired by the cook.
The cook hires you to steal from him. Well, she's an elf who I think has been working with Talvain and maybe even his family before. No one's quite sure of either their age.
Squint.
Visible distrust.
You know how like a robin? Yeah. It's just a little bird, beady eyes.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to learn? I do have some extra time.
What's a favorite of yours?
She seems to ponder for a second and... Excuse me a moment, I'm going to need some ingredients. Chef! So these, and comes back with spice. Spice. Meat. A little bit of rice.
Cooking! You're cooking! We're actually cooking. Is this like curry?
Yep.
This will be fun. I only do baking.
She moves you along through the process, very giddy and happy throughout the entire thing.
Can I insight check her to see if she's putting up a front?
Go ahead, roll for it.
You distrustful little earthling.
12.
12. Yeah, straight 12.
She seems genuinely happy. If maybe a little nostalgic putting together this dish.
She's having fun.
As far as you can
making
tell,
friends.
she's genuine.
You're making friends, Caitlin.
Now, that should do it. I toned it down a little bit so you could try it. Here, take a taste.
Everybody has friends except Pipe.
I'm gonna try some.
She
Wow.
spoons some curry over
Yeah,
the rice,
Pipe.
hands it to you. It is. How well does Trim handle spicy food?
As well as she can. Actually, what's my constitution? Constitution should tell you that. It's a +1, so it's
You
okay.
take a taste.
Decent.
Roll Constitution.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Nope.
6.
You
She
can
can't
feel
hold her
your
curry.
you
Die.
can feel your face heating up and your eyes start to water. It is spicy.
She even toned it down for you.
You even
You can taste some of the meat. You can taste some of the other ingredients,
much
the
is
vegetables and the meat in there with the rice, helping to cool it down a bit for you. It tastes good. You cannot deal with the spice.
You can no longer taste.
Mr. Pipe would love it.
good.
It's really good.
Oh, here.
Hurts so good.
She takes.
I-
She gets a small thing of water, opens a small vial, dips a couple drops in it.
Here in
Drink
this
some of this.
episode, Trim eats spicy food. Makes a friend for life.
The spiciness goes away as you take a sip.
Oh.
Want friends? Eat spicy food.
Ooh. Is this another family recipe, or is this just?
Old family recipe. We used to eat it at home when I was a kid.
Seem to have a lot of nostalgic dishes.
Well, the biscuits we learned for while working for Talvain, this is a real family recipe back from home.
Ah. Well, thank you for your time today. I didn't think anyone had this
Oh,
would care.
never mind. It takes me 2, 4, 6, 8,
And
10.
well, yeah, you're still working on this then, to the point.
Yes. 10, and then
Isn't it an
11 hours. It's 2 hours per spell.
per spell, unless it's an
Level.
evocation.
Yes, unless it's
and then
evocation, but
then
they're
it's
all
half, but they're not.
they're all conjuration except for Frostfinger.
What level are
Thank
they?
you for your time, Ramirez.
2 are second level, and 1 is first level.
Now, we'll be able. Now we have another appointment scheduled.
What?
Yes, I'll be meeting you again in 3 more days, same time. Then we can work on desserts.
You just want to do nothing but cook with this new friend you made all the time. And they are scheduled appointments that you have to show up for. Ain't
I'm
that
sorry I
fun?
couldn't do it any sooner, but
No, I wouldn't want to infringe on you at all.
That's funny.
I can put together some things we'd like to make. How sweet do you prefer your food?
I haven't
Fluffy.
made for myself in a long time.
Then why don't you go ahead and get something ready to cook for dinner, and I can help you make dessert for it.
Crying.
Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
Well,
Oh my gosh,
sounds like a
so
day.
cute. That's
I
so
told you,
cute.
emotional therapy.
Have a good day, Trim. Let's get back.
Yes.
Bro, this dude.
Soon as
You
I
put the paper away, and you see like 2 biscuits left on the tray, and one of the cooks like staring at you as they have their hand about to take one of them.
go for it.
Snatches it. Just goes about their work.
I'm gonna eat the last one. I'm gonna put the dishes and clean up and put them away. As I head upstairs, I'm just gonna keep staring at this appointment. Who's the first person I run into when I head back?
Well, I'm doing nothing but helping my friend.
You all are in separate rooms.
Oh.
You and Point are bunked together. Revak is by
Don't need to
himself.
knock, it's
Hype
there,
and
too.
Trick are bunked together as well.
What is this?
Wait, who's with Rabbit?
It
Rabbit's
looks
with
like
the
a
Rabbit's
piece of
alone.
paper.
Oh.
Forever though.
Unless you
I
like to bump
need
with those
that.
No.
Leave me
No,
alone.
no, just in case I forget.
Studying my spells for 11
You don't forget.
hours.
Do you know
Not in a month.
everything I've read? You're right. Did you know this guy before you started taking a job for him?
Absolutely not.
Your guys' year-long commission was still in Sumeris, right?
My what?
The adventure you and Point went together on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of our the guild is mostly in Sumeris.
You know nothing. At all.
Absolutely
You just went with Pipe, and Pipe brought you to him.
Heard the name Elaine at all?
not. No. You are talking to the wrong.
Who would I talk to?
The smart ones.
Oh, the nerds.
Yeah.
They're not really nerds.
Not really.
One is a pirate hunter who got turned into an accountant, and the other one just likes
She doesn't
geeking
know,
out
she
over.
just
You know what
Chemicals.
Braddock feels like right now?
She's just saying
He
paper
feels like-
secretary.
He feels like I feel like Peter Pan when he's an adult. He went from being like this young pirate hunter to growing up and being a boring.
Accountant.
Yeah.
Which
Just
room-
one adventure has aged you
Which-
another 70 years.
Which room is closest?
Probably Pipe.
Cool.
I'm probably out still. Looking for a gem.
Yeah, you are. Trick's in there, though.
What do you want?
I need to talk to someone else.
You probably hear Method's laughing at him. No, I'm not going into the gem.
Probably like pulling on his hair.
Leave
or
me
messing up his
He's
stuff.
bald.
Oh, you are bald. Pulling on his ears. Messing with his tools, unscrewing
A little
the
bit of
screws.
smoke coming out from the bottom of the
Next
door.
one.
I've incinerated
backstory.
a few of them.
Come in.
Are you busy?
I'm like staring at scrolls.
I think I'd ask anyway.
He's transcribing
Yes.
stuff over, and every once in a while, like, starting to work some magic.
You mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Go ahead.
Do you know Elaine?
The name doesn't ring a bell to you.
No.
You worked with Telvain before?
No. Before this adventure, I spent most of my life on a boat, sailing multiple different boats, sailing around. The last one, I was on a large cargo vessel that purposely attracted pirates so that we could hunt them.
Cool. And here I took you for an egghead.
Intelligent pirate hunter extraordinaire.
It just so happens
what got
that
you to do secretary work?
it just so happens that brains help because they
And not
provide
sleeping.
magic. That and I don't sleep. I trance for 4 hours, and so I have 4 hours when everyone else is sleeping that I have time to do stuff.
It's gotta be efficient.
It is, though since I have such a long life, I don't need the efficiency.
Oh.
It means he gets bored faster.
The creation's paradox, I guess.
Yes.
I can think of no greater hell than mixing together immortality and boredom.
Right.
That's various.
Is this it?
Is this what? The end of the camp?
No,
This-
no, no, no.
The end of the
campaign.
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 End of this quest?
What?
To my knowledge. My
Rune
deal
Knight
is
shows up.
fulfilled.
I found you.
My gosh. What do you take me for?
An evil
If you were to
mastermind.
investigate him, where would you look?
I probably wouldn't. Honestly, I've had enough Telvain for a lifetime. I would almost prefer to go hunting more pirates.
He's
I think that would be a blast.
efficient, yeah. That's
or go sailing on to who knows where. I don't know.
Do you trust him?
Sylvain? No.
Glad someone else here has an actual brain.
Oh, the whole party's quite intelligent.
I mean street smarts.
Oh, yes, that. No.
Learning
No.
not to just take a cup you've been given because it... Oh gosh, I did that earlier.
Well, the thing is, he
You're
did
not
hire
poisoned.
us. I trust him enough to, pay. And after that, I question his moral standings otherwise, and would rather not work for him.
This attitude's annoying.
Since the first job he hired me on, I basically became a pirate, which is the thing I swore to destroy, so... Good thing I'm not a paladin.
That would be a
I
little
like
tricky.
it.
You're not here!
You're not here.
That's why I said it so quietly.
Right. Sorry, I guess I just wasted some of your time.
Well, I wasn't doing anything else. Well,
Besides
besides
paperwork.
magic.
Besides more paperwork.
Thanks.
Yes. And it's this campaign, I've done so much paperwork, I had to devise a spell so that I could use my time more wisely.
Oh, do you know when the genocide Mr. Pipe's gonna be back?
No idea.
Okay.
In fact, I haven't seen him all day since I've been in my room.
Does it do that often? Just disappear?
No. That's more of Trick's thing, but I think he's trying to learn
Yeah,
the
that's what
spells.
I was thinking. Alright. Well, good luck with whatever this is.
Magic.
That.
But you come back around 3 o'clock. About an hour after this conversation.
Was I able to find a good gem to try and
How expensive were you looking for?
probably just 50 gold.
It's your lucky day, good sir.
Yay me.
You found a shop trying to sell out, that's starting to go bankrupt and is trying to sell out their wares. Selling it for 35.
35. Even better.
It only takes me until like
Specific colors you're looking for, or do you not care? at all?
Red. 35. We're putting it.
Okay, let's see.
24.
Okay.
it only takes me until 2 o'clock to be able to finish all
You
these
get your
spells.
hands on a very pretty
Oh, no.
piece of
2
carnelian.
a.m. 2 a.m.
Huh?
2 p.m.
You got your hands on a very pretty piece of carnelian.
You
Ooh, that's a
have
good one.
one less hour of study time.
So 1 o'clock.
Yes.
So I've already finished the spells.
Yep.
Yes.
Anything you guys do for the rest of the day, or go to bed?
Just go to bed. So now I have all the stuff I need to work on my readings.
So I've learned the spells.
You eat, drink, you go to sleep, you work on your rings.
Yes. Would that much Orihalcum and a 50 gold piece gem cover the 200 gold pieces that we were talking about earlier?
Well, that's over many courses of many days.
Yeah, but you said the overall all of it would be 200 gold, counting
So-
the material.
Yeah, that about covers it.
Okay.
Now,
Yes, it's 8 days of work.
I'm gonna look around for a hat disguise.
you're looking around for a hat
Yep.
of disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not gonna find it in this city.
Well, they have magic shops in the city.
Oh, I guess they did have the one.
Because we just came from that.
That's right.
Hats, hats, hats. Let me see here. You do find one running for 300 gold pieces.
300 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. Is it yours or is it not? Do you want to buy this deed or leave it for the next player to take?
I do want to buy this deed. I just don't know if I want to buy the deed or try and steal the deed.
Oh man.
How well is it guarded?
It's not openly guarded, though from your experience there might be some other things keeping it around. And it's not just on a shelf.
Can I haggle the price?
How low are you trying to go?
Just drop 50.
No persuasion.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see, what do you got?
Persuasion is 3. 17, 20.
20. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
275.
275?
275.
275.
You got plenty of gold.
Your counter offer?
You've got so much gold.
Counter offer. Never mind.
Goes to say something. Yes, I'll take it. Here's a lame offer.
I was hoping to cut it down so I'd have an even number on. That was my own.
252. It's very specific.
Yes.
Well, that's what I was trying to do with the 50 gold piece, and he's like 35. Math. Because
Yeah, can I do
I had
252?
359. Let's see.
Okay. So you now have a hat of disguise.
Yeah.
It does require attunement.
Right. But I can get rid of. Okay. Question with the hat of disguise.
We can get back to it. You head back to the Breeze home. You head back to the forge home. You're very happy with your purchasing, and I'm assuming you're starting to attune to it.
Sure. I can't. I've got 3 things already attuned. I've got.
Right. So you'll be working on that in the next morning. So you all go to sleep. Well, as some of you can sleep, sort of. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. Thank you everyone for joining us for session 16 of ClockWork. I'm sure we all enjoyed it very much.
Yes.
Yes. I was hoping to take out the Rune Knight, but I'm kind of glad it didn't happen.
You're itching for that boss fight.
We're not
I
ready
was.
yet.
Right.
I was itching.
So, without further ado, thank you all for joining us, and we hope you all have a great night. We'll see you next time on session 17.
Yep.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya!